on it. I just thought it was like under pressure. I was dead ass freaking out like as the song was playing. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? And I thought of it. I thrive under pressure. I eat that shit for breakfast. What the fuck is up? Welcome to the On Repeat Podcast.
Repeat.
You're supposed to say podcast.
Oh, podcast.
It's your boy Medium Franc.
And Dark Ruffalo?
You know why they call him Dark Ruffalo, right?
No, why?
Because he's the healthier alternative to our white friends. Because dark chocolate is healthier than milk chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I thought you were going to say white chocolate. Dark chocolate's
You are like
healthier
white.
than white
Speaking
chocolate.
of white chocolate,
Bro, I'm more like the Oreo.
it's Xani Devito.
Fuego as a
Hot damn Cheeto.
What does that mean?
Everybody?
Can you explain that to us? All these years
Fuego
later.
like a hot damn Cheeto?
Yeah.
I'm just hot.
That's kind of like self-explanatory, though.
hot.
No,
That's
I
kind of like
want
when
it,
you
bro.
go on Genius and you're explaining something
Yeah.
so...
That's what I love about
So
it.
obvious.
So
Yeah,
obvious,
that's
yeah.
what makes genius.
I
You
love
see,
it.
I like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and they're pretty hot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They're not my favorite Cheetos.
No.
But I do enjoy them.
Like when somebody goes like,
They're just Fuego.
I
when,
enjoy
like when you get a
ranch
line where it's just like,
with 'em.
she give me brain because she really smart. You know what that means, right? It means that, giving head is giving brain. And if you're smart, you have brain. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, shut the fuck up right now, Master P. But it's been a while, y'all.
It's been a while. We
been
were
a minute.
working on some projects.
What were we
We've been
working
pretty
on?
busy. Well, we're working on the Wave Gang album.
Shh, top secret. It's
Oh,
not top
is it?
secret. No,
Okay.
no. What the fuck?
Did
I've
I
been posting
spill
all
the
of them.
beans?
You spilled some. This nigga out here eating beans. Beans. Did you read that meme from like a few years back?
No, I don't know.
It was like this white guy. It was just like, I went to go see, I forgot what movie it was. I went to go see at the theaters the other day, and I was eating a can of beans, and I spilled it over myself, and I said, ah. And then this one urban black kid saw me and said, this nigga out here eating beans. And the entire theater started laughing at me, and I just wanted to go home. I was just like, damn, first of all,
I thought it was going to end with, I spilled the beans, but then it takes a left turn.
what is this lovely white person? Obviously, he brought a can of beans with him. He's a lovely white person. Why is he watching a movie in San Leandro?
Because he wants to stink up the place, bro. He
'Cause
brought the
everyone-
beans because he
Oh,
wants
man.
to fart up the fucking theater.
There's a black kid there, and other black kids thought it was funny, so it was just like one nice old white
I
person.
like how this is San Leandro.
Because that would make sense, though, because San Leandro...
Theater specifically.
San Leandro has a lot of black dudes that used to live in Oakland that got pushed out to San Leandro, but then there's like white people there.
It's like they're just white people.
It's a pretty white place.
But yeah, but we were working on that on Dav season.
Ooh, Dav season.
And there's more surprises to come.
Like what? Or is it a surprise? Sorry.
Surprise, yeah. Well,
not good at
I
this.
saw some vapor smoke there.
Ooh. Do you want some weed? He has some
I
weed.
do, yeah. Can
Just
I?
ask him for
yeah,
weed.
just-
Yes, can I have one?
Don't hint at it. We're men. We talk about it.
Jesus Christ, why do you have to bring gender into this?
I know, right?
Women could talk about it too, you big bitch. Oh man, but it's been a while, such as like what Stain said. I feel like we've
say
been
Stain?
stained. It's been a while since I thought moved myself up high. It's been a while since we did a
yeah.
podcast.
But we've been incredibly busy, though. We have
This nigga said a word with 3 syllables.
incredibly.
He said incredibly. You've been reading since we left? What have you done since me and Xani went to LA? Oh, I read the thesaurus.
I read the thesaurus.
But Xani came out with an album. What's your music video? Tell us about it, Xani.
The new music video that I just came out with is for the song Nick Young on my last album. And the music video is essentially
I like how he got his like interview voice on.
Yeah, I know.
What's the song called again?
Nick Young. And the music video is about Happy Gilmore and his triumphs over Frankie McGavin.
He hesitated to.
He was gonna do the horns.
There should be a
this is fire.
But it's been it's one of the it's one of the
It's definitely fun to shoot.
Yeah.
We had a lot
Yeah,
of fun
that's
doing
good.
that one.
Yeah, because we mostly just played mini golf after.
honestly
so.
though.
Bro, we didn't just mostly play mini golf. We dominated mini golf.
Also,
Me
yeah, we
and
played-
Frankie.
yeah, we really did.
dominated people
Y'all
until
niggas
we
didn't
got
come
out
to-
the game, and then it came.
I
down to
caught
the
up.
last hole
I
shit.
caught
Niggas
up.
didn't come to play. He did catch up because he realized, oh, we're playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Me and Xani came to play.
Bro, we're way too competitive to just go play
yeah.
mini golf
Yeah.
normally.
Are you kidding me?
What the fuck?
Oh, I forgot to mute the old air horns, so disregard that.
Wait, what did you say? I forgot.
We're way too competitive.
Maybe the computer.
I was like, we came to play. So
Welcome
far,
to the sandstorm.
so far, it's been fun having the air horns actually be a part of the
Yeah.
production and not post-production. So that's
I'm all
really
for
nice.
it. I'm all for it.
So anyway, but how are you doing? Oh wait, Xani. So since you're already talking about your video, how are you
Yeah.
doing? What you been up to?
Oh, I've been doing good. Making trips down to LA, making me want to move there more and more.
Yes,
It's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm staring right at Dark Ruffalo because
Yeah, Dark.
This little
Yeah,
piss
young
match
Holly,
wants
stop
to
being
act
a
like he's not
bitch.
coming with us.
Oh man.
Nigga, just so we're gonna be there
man.
temporarily. It's not
Yeah,
even a real
yeah.
thing.
All right.
We're just gonna
all right,
chase
I'll
dreams
think
and
about
network
it.
for a little bit, and then we're gonna come
Bro,
back.
you can't live in La La Land forever. You gotta like move to reality at once.
Because either here's
At
two
once,
here's
like,
here's
you gotta move.
two
Yeah.
outcomes, two possible outcomes. One, things doesn't work out, we come home, right? Two, things work out well, and now we bring the infrastructure back home, because I believe that the Bay should have more of a
Three.
presence in the entertainment, and we bring that up here.
Yeah.
3 things go extremely well, and we can literally move everything from here down to there, like our families. Our fucking
Yeah, my parents are gonna move back to LA. My
Well.
family is not moving back to LA.
Yeah.
Sorry for making that number 3rd suggestion.
No, but I mean, like,
You
if,
can bring your
no, but
family
here's the
there.
thing, though. If
You
shit
can bring your
pops
family
off,
there.
like, if you live in the state, it's easy.
Yeah.
Because then, because
You're already used to how expensive it is.
yeah, and if shit pops off, it's really not expensive to get back and forth. And I like driving. Also, the bullet train's gonna happen soon, which gets you from downtown San Francisco to downtown LA in 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
When is that
Supposed to.
happening?
Well,
Where?
I mean, ask Oliver. Oliver knows
California.
all the details.
He's all
Yeah,
about
isn't
city
he crazy
planning.
about that?
He's crazy about a lot of urban
Oh, yeah.
planning for sure.
He loves
cool.
urban
You look like you're
planning.
clipping a little bit. Try to use that a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Or just put it back a little bit. But anyway,
There you go.
so thank you for your update.
Hey, man,
How are you
you're
doing?
I'm
young
doing
Holly,
great.
Mr.
I'm doing great.
Young hesitation.
Young hesitation.
Young, I'm too scared to chase my dreams.
I'm not scared to chase my dreams.
What's up, Dinding? But how are you?
I'm doing good.
We'll talk about
I'm
this
doing
later.
How's that looking?
It's 2-2 at the top of the ninth right now. Or the bottom of
I
yeah,
thought-
the top of the ninth.
It's 2-2.
Or sorry, 3-3, top of the ninth.
So I was like, I thought they got.
I'm a huge Dodger fan, as most of you guys know. And I'm very nervous right now. That's why I'm talking really fast. But how are you doing?
Doing great. Doing great. I mean, I played 2 shows last
And you
month.
didn't just play 2 shows. You completely,
bodied.
absolutely bodied the
Yeah,
first show. I
thank
wasn't at the
you,
second
thank
show,
you.
but
Yeah, thank
Body
you.
bag, the
He was
first
at the
one.
second show. so.
And then he showed the second one who he bodied.
you killed the first show, and then after that, the second show, he's like, "You saw what I did to that motherfucker?
Look what I'm gonna do to you.
You better
bam,
act.
and then
You better
fucking
act right. You don't act right, you gonna end up like that."
Shallow ditch.
And
And it was fun too. We had a blast that first show.
yeah.
that
I mean,
was
you
fun.
guys made it so much more fun. Honestly,
That's how it always goes, though.
Yeah.
If
So
me
thank
and
you for
James-
being there.
If me and Xani there, it's always better. That's but for real, like whenever we play shows, it's very important that the gang shows up.
Yeah.
Because then just the optics was great. You know what I mean? Even though like it was like a smaller venue, the fact that we brought hella friends made to everybody
Well,
that wasn't there for you.
yeah.
They were like, damn, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I mean?
It's just like venues like that, like say a
Word.
bar. It's not a venue with a bar. It's like a bar
Right.
that they tacked on like a stage, you know, or even the cafe, which more people were actually listening there than the bar.
Yeah,
I think it
But
was,
when it comes to like places like that, like the bar, where people are coming and going, it's better to have your friends there. Yeah,
Word.
to make it more exciting, you know, because everyone else, not many people really listened. You know, they were
Yeah.
just hanging out there at the bar.
Yeah.
But
That's
what were you
true.
saying, Zane?
I liked the bar feel a little better than the cafe.
Well, because you were
cafe.
drunk for it.
Well, I was drunk for both of them.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Yeah, you could drink at that.
Hey,
that
hey.
cafe.
4 days sober, guys. Haven't had a beer. For 4
Have you?
days. Haven't
Wow.
had a drink in 4 days.
I'll take your word for it, but I know you're an unreliable narrator. And
yeah,
we'll come back
but
to
here's the
that.
thing. Here's the thing. I already told you I was gonna start doing that and working out every day.
That's
And
true.
That
Yeah.
motivate your damn self shit that
Dude.
I've been doing. So fucking A.
And when I sent
Swag.
you through Instagram, like honestly, because of that, I started running too. It's like, oh, if Xani's running, like I better run too.
He's like, fuck, if Xani's
Damn, if that fat ass nigga's doing it, nigga, I better start.
I gotta start. He's like, I'm getting out of breath hella easily. I can't let fucking Xani
like, damn, I'm
DeVito
fucking my whole
take
shit
me
up.
out. He can't outrun me, bro. Like,
But the other last thing I was gonna say is we might also have a director for the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're replacing somebody finally. Who's the director?
She still has to read the scripts, but she will let us know. But I'm just saying, if she doesn't want to do it, she knows someone else who could do it.
Ah, I see. So it's back on.
Back on.
I gotta
Back on.
word.
It's time to start being bulimic again.
Frankie, how are you?
Okay, yeah. How are you on
Dude,
that note?
Dude, I
Like,
feel I've been great, dog.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's like always days where it's like kind of shitty, but like all in all, like I think the past 3-4 months have been like the best 3-4 months of my life in a while. I used to want to kill myself, and then Logic made it gay.
So he is helping.
Stop death, bro.
Who can relate?
These hot takes.
Who can
bro.
relate? And I raised my hand, and I was like, "Damn it!" So now I'm hella happy, dude.
It's like, fuck, man. It's either I be happy or
So now you're at like the chance.
No, not
Chance,
that.
but
No,
no.
I'm not so happy that I'm like trying to convince you how happy I am. Like Chance is like, I love my wife. I swear, I love her. I swear to God, I'm not cheating on her. I'm not cheating on her. I love Jesus. I swear. I'm not. No, that's not me right now.
Okay.
Word.
I'm like in the nice sweet spot where it's just like, you know what? I'm just not gonna eat Burger King anymore. You know what I mean?
That's good, man.
Because like after we ate
that
some,
was rough for me too.
dude, I thought I had acid reflux, but I think I got food poisoning because I like usually when I have acid reflux, I'll fucking like do my little routine. I'll jump in a cold shower and it like dies off. I fall asleep. I wake up and I'm like, wow, that sucked. But like I fucking did my entire routine and I woke up at 2:00 in the morning and it was worse. And I started throwing up green. So I definitely got food
Yeah,
poisoning.
you definitely got food
Green?
poisoning.
Yeah, I definitely had
That's
food poisoning.
bile, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fuck.
So I'm
That
never
burger-
eating Burger King ever again.
That burger is what got you, I guarantee it.
Dude, I haven't had Burger King in 6 weeks at that point, and then I had it once.
Your body
and
was
I died.
rejecting
Yeah,
it. If it wasn't food poisoning, your body was fucking rejecting that
that's,
shit.
I'm gonna take that as a sign. So
That's
No
good.
more king.
That's good.
I
bro.
think that's another thing too. I think my outlook is so much more positive because I'm not putting that much poison in my body anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like yeah.
I
So I feel great, man. And it's been just like a really fun couple weeks. And even though I've been like in between jobs lately, I haven't been like struggling. You know what I mean? And I think this was the first job search I ever had where I was like, I've literally turned 4 people down at this point. And like this is the first time where I feel like LeBron James in free agency. You know what I mean? And all the teams
You're like,
are just,
I have choices.
yeah, and then I'm gonna air my decision on ESPN, and I'm gonna like all the proceeds will go to like a YMCA
AKA
or some shit.
Facebook,
Yeah.
AKA Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, you know what? After long deliberation and speaking with my closest family and friends, and really like making sure I talk to the people I trust the most, I've come to the decision that I'm taking my talents to wherever the fuck I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this is crazy, bro.
You
Like,
should
it's-
fucking straight up do that when you tell the company, I'm choosing you.
yeah, I think I'm taking my talents to Mill Valley. I'm gonna
think
work
I'm
for.
gonna take my talents to
I'm gonna
Mill
be a
Valley.
senior customer
I
success
think
manager.
you guys are really gonna love me, and I'm gonna really love it there. So
Yeah, I'm taking my talents to Mill Valley. I'm going to assign to be the senior customer success manager over at Glassdoor. Thank y'all, man. And then everybody starts clapping. My mom's there crying and shit like that. That's how it
so-
Or your mom has jerseys. Of like,
Someone
Glassdoor.
gives you a Glassdoor hat.
Damn, we better not like put this out until I get some because I don't want Glassdoor
Yeah,
to
right.
use this as like as leverage in terms of like negotiations with my salary. So
That's
like,
true.
you know what I mean? And I might not even choose them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Because like there's other dark horses that I really want to work at that would be kind of aligned with what we're doing here. So yeah, man, we'll see what's up, man. Frankie doing good, bro.
that's good, man. I'm
Fuck
happy.
Logic.
I'm happy for you.
Fuck Logic.
And dude, we did the intros and the how you doings within 15 minutes. We're
Oh, wow.
Are we better at this now?
Yeah. So
You're not worse.
speaking of which, let's talk about the topics for today. Then,
What we going over?
so we're gonna go.
I like having this. This is better.
It is better.
Although it would be better if we had another person
This
here
is
too,
better.
to
Yeah.
like because I don't want to be the one determining what gets it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because it's
so
like
someone
I'm just gonna
else-
do all my jokes or getting it. All you niggas get crickets. You know what I mean? All right, hey,
But
Mike,
anyways,
wait.
so
what
we're
we
gonna
doing?
talk about first of all, of course, Takashi, who isn't talking about him.
Treyway, is you dumb, dum 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 stupid?
So we'll talk about that afterwards. We'll talk about fuck, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, short-lived bands such as the Brockhampton News.
Damn, man,
and if you
that's
guys
sad.
know any other bands, we'll talk about that too, because it's always sad when that happens.
It's always sunny in my life.
And the last topic would be to talk about the Joker movie. And I think we have a lot to say about
That's
this.
life.
And it's the first DC film. I feel like we have something really to
Oh
talk
my god,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
The first DC film that I could like rightfully rank over a lot of Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Agreed.
He adds so much value to the podcast. Thank God he's back.
But
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like
Medium. Yeah. What? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you know, I was gonna like start to get into the Tekashi shit.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what I
want to
was gonna say.
preface anything we say because we talk a lot of shit. I want to
lot.
preface everything we say about this fuck nigga with, as much as we are talking about it and making fun of it, the thing that I won't ever like want to gloss over is that like real people are going to jail because of this and their families are going to suffer through it. And yes, maybe to normal society they're fucking criminals in this light, but you never judge somebody on how they like support their families because not everyone is given the same exact opportunity as the next person, right?
Yeah.
So it still sucks at the end of the day, even if they're quote unquote criminals, they're going to jail for shit that they got snitched on by somebody who was never of that life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They were never from that
They just
walk of
kinda
life.
affiliated.
Yeah, they used that. I mean, they both, in many ways, both sides use each other, but there's a specific code you have to live by if you decide to live a certain
Yeah.
way. And if you don't follow that shit, it's really sad. And at the end of the day, what happened here is that a civilian got into some fucking street shit that they should have never got into, and now people are going to jail and families are ruined, and it's sad. Now let's get into the fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Because this motherfucker, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and it sucks that there's so many people out there that still stand this guy because we live in the age of trolls and we live in the age of the internet where people could talk about something and comment and have a position on something, but they never have to deal with the consequences because they don't have to go outside ever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And people still praise this motherfucker, but Tekashi 6ix9ine, we all kind of seen this coming. We knew he was foo-foo off tops.
What do you guys think about him declining witness protection and just saying?
I
I'm gonna
think that's
continue
really
my rap
dumb.
I think it's dumb, but
Yeah.
it's.
It's
I think if you
stupid.
know kind of like the backstory, as dumb as it is, it's like obviously he was gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because it's just like so many people gave him a little too much credit. People thought that like, oh, Tekashi's this calculated dude, and he got on by affiliating with the Bloods, and it's just like, no, dude, like that's like he tried to get on as a rapper, he used that, it blew up in his face, and he's a pussy, and that's just what it is,
Yeah.
right? Some people are saying like, oh, he was a rat from day one. The cops used him to infiltrate Treyway, and it's like, no,
I don't
he's
think
not
so.
smart enough. For
Yeah.
this.
It's not, you're giving him way too much credit.
Yeah, man, and.
He's fucking
But
top.
before all of this happened, right? How did y'all learn about 6ix9ine?
Like in general, or
Yeah,
about-
yeah, in general,
Yes.
in general.
I mean, for me, I guess I've always had a bad opinion of him because the first things I've heard about him is first I saw like his cartoony aesthetic, right? And
Yeah.
like
You
before
off
I-
tops are like he's gay.
No,
I'm just
before
kidding.
no, before I even
I'm
saw
sorry, we're gonna
that,
cut that out.
before I even saw that, before I even saw how he actually looks like.
Yeah.
I remember what's his name. Fantano had like a thumbnail for it, right?
Oh yeah.
And the very first things I've heard about Tekashi are his like weird sexual allegations.
Yeah, that's the first
With
thing I
the-
heard of. That's how I found out.
Yeah, yeah, same here. And then it wasn't until after that I saw how he looked like, and I was just like, "What the fuck? This, this
Like,
guy's
no,
touching little children, and he's like colorful like this, and it's just weird."
When
He
I
lured
saw
him in with the hair.
Yeah, when I saw him, it all made sense. I was like,
Yeah.
of course he's touching little kids. Like,
Jesus. Well, just to clarify, apparently this is how it all went down because like the case is closed and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and he was acquitted for all of those allegations. What happened was he was in a video with a girl who was actually 14, and he thought she was 18. and he didn't actually like fully had sex with her. He was just like touching up on her in the video, and then later on, she decided to exploit that. And Tekashi, being 18, was like scared. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He got bad legal advice, and they told him just to plead guilty. So that's why he initially pled guilty. Then he decided to switch. Blah blah.
You guys ever like him as a rapper? Do you think he was
No.
good?
Here's the thing, no, but there are some songs that I like, right? And even before he blew up, when he was with Scum Gang, the people that he hated later, with Zilla Cami, Sauce Mula, those guys are actually, like, as much as I don't like them, I will say that they actually are talented and they're on the cutting edge of hip-hop, which I have to give props to. You know what I mean? I'm never the dude that
Yeah.
likes the cutting edge shit of hip-hop, but I could respect it. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I'm not a huge Death Grips fan, there's songs that I really fuck with, and I think they're
Yeah.
super dope. Same with Peggy and shit like that. And I think like Zilla Cami and Sauce Mula and those guys are it's not my cup of tea, but they're fucking dope and they're doing shit that's like really interesting. And Tekashi came up with them. He decided to turn on them later and go with Treyway and all that stuff, which started the whole bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
But when he was with them, they actually had a song called Helsing Station, which was fucking great. I'm not gonna lie to you, I hate that type of music, but it was great. And then I found out Zilla Cami wrote everything, and it makes sense. Like Zilla Cami's the real talent. Tekashi's just like the face, right?
Yeah.
The video was amazing too, and Zilla Cami was behind the visuals and stuff like that. So I actually was like, when he started to kind of bubble up, and he had an interview with No Jumper, Adam 22. That was all the stuff that was to play. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let's see what happens to it. He blows the fuck up because of the fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even before the fuck shit, there was one song I was like, oh, that's pretty tight. And Zilla Cami to this day still makes some pretty cool shit that I should show you some of the videos.
Yeah.
The videos are like nasty. There's like people like shooting heroin in the video and smoking PCP, and I'm not with that.
Yeah.
But it's provocative. It's cutting edge. And the music is like, whoa, I've never heard anything like this. It really is like metal and screamo, but hip hop.
Yeah.
But doing it in a style that's like actually like kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's not contrived. Because all of Tekashi's shit is contrived. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after the fuck shit and after he got big, he had this one song. I think it was called Billy. That song, I can't even lie to you. That song is hard. This whole song is like, it starts out with fucking, who's the fucking main Treyway dude? The guy that he snitched on.
I don't really know much about Treyway at all.
Shoddy. It's Shoddy going, never fall back, blood. Say it with your chest, blood. Follow protocol, blood. Treyway, you already know what it is. Talk it, say it through your neck, blood. And then I'm just like, what the fuck's happening? And then Tekashi's voice, Treyway, these niggas say they heard of me. I ain't heard of you. Get the fuck up out of my fucking face before I murder. That song is actually fucking hard. I remember I was like, there was like days where I was like, no, Kevin, I don't like this song. Stop it. And then me and Wolfie went to fucking Double Dutch. It's like a hip hop bar in the Mission where we need to go to soon, by the way. And I heard it there, and I saw the entire club turning up to it, and then I jumped in there. We're like, these niggas say they heard of me. I ain't heard of you. And there's this part where he's like, whole gang full of fucking killers. I'm a killer too. And then the beat drops, and he goes, saying shots, nigga. I was like, I love this song. I can't lie, bro. I love this song. I love it. But no, they're just those two songs. Do you
How
like
do
any
you
of those?
feel about
No.
No.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I never really have.
Yeah.
I always thought he was on some bitch shit from the very start. The one that really just confirmed it for me was when he had a beef with somebody, and I swear it was in Chicago.
Oh yeah, with Chief Keef.
Yes, with
and he
Chief
went
Keef.
to O Block.
Yes,
And
he stood out there when no one was out there.
Yeah.
And was yelling
strategically with
at,
police and his security.
Yeah, like there's a video behind the scenes of like someone up on the second story like videotaping him of what he's doing. It's just like it's the same shit. But there's like people surrounding him that are like keeping an eye out and shit.
They set up a
Yeah.
perimeter around this guy, but they in the video they do it really close, a tight shot, so it
Yeah.
looks like he's really on O Block, and he's like, "I'm out here by myself, O Block. where y'all niggas at? No one could touch me. It was also, mind you, 4:45 a.m.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
beautiful like window when the drug dealers go home and the niggas haven't left for work yet. He's out there with a security and police. O Block, Cheap Kick, where y'all at? Nobody could touch me, cuz I'm in yo city.
Yeah, he lied about what time it was
Wow.
and everything, and was just like, I was just like, bro, this motherfucker's on some bitch.
And then he started,
Yeah.
as he started fucking up, he turns on his own guys. And then the thing about like gangs these days is Bloods really don't fight with Crips. They're fighting internally. Bloods hate each other. Even in Treyway, there's different sections of Treyway that were beefing with each other, which is why one section decided to kidnap Tekashi. And Tekashi instantly renounced his loyalty to these Treyway guys. So now these Treyway guys who are beefing with these Treyway guys go, yo, your guy doesn't even fuck with you. And then now all of them are like, well, fuck that. And then after that, Tekashi snitches, blah, 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 blah,
So
blah.
that's how it played out. Because I didn't
Yeah.
know too much about it.
Yeah.
I just know he's a snitch.
So it wasn't a
And-
calculated thing.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say the thing with Tekashi is like, okay, his aesthetic, his look, all that like loud,
Why is
crazy.
it bitch shit?
Well, like I mean,
Why?
if you think about it, who
Look
could
at
you
him.
compare that look to? You could compare it. To
I mean, what the fuck are you telling me?
no. Like, listen though, I feel like people don't feel the same way they do with like a Little Pump, right? Or
Yeah.
even like a Toby Lou.
Yeah, because they
or-
don't. Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who was in All My Friends Are Dead.
The
Lil
rapper-
Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert.
What about the blood dude that he snitched on with the fucking 14 in the middle of his head? Trippy Red.
Trippy, right? Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
that's
true.
but I'm
That's all-
saying, like, those people didn't feel annoying. The thing with Tekashi 6ix9ine is, like, I feel like everyone saw through what he's
Yeah,
doing, where
yeah.
he just, like, and you saw how he looked before and how he's
Right.
now. You could tell he consciously did that
Yeah.
to fake a personality.
Right. Like,
It's
whether
a
we like it
character.
or not,
Yeah.
like, we all hate Tekashi because we saw he wasn't authentic. And whether we
Yeah.
all want to admit it or not, because we may or may not like Lil Pump.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's the way he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, like, even when we've seen things like this happen in hip hop before,
Yeah.
like, we've decided to be like, fuck that guy, but no one's ever hated. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
like Riff Raff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all saw, we were like, dude, fuck this guy. But none of us were like, yo, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Because for better or worse, that's who Riff Raff is.
Yeah,
You know what I
they're
mean?
not trying too
That's
hard.
That's just
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
while
so many
Tekashi-
videos and shit of Riff Raff
Right.
just in normal life.
Yeah.
That's how the motherfucker is.
But do you remember
He's just fucking
You see
trippy, bro.
which one?
when he had like almost like fangs.
Oh
and he
yeah,
would
he's
laugh
like, and then he was saying like, me, once I get famous, I don't know none of y'all. Remember that? While he had the- But here's the thing though, like, do you remember when Riff Raff first came out? Questions like this were coming out. Like, was
Yeah.
he doing this for TV? Is this an act?
Yeah.
But the reason why he's still around today is that
it's
everyone found out is like through time. It's like, nah, he's just like this.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Like, dude, like,
the way he is.
I don't like him, but he's just like this. So I mean, I'm gonna let him live. You know what I mean? And like, but Tekashi, we all knew it's like, dog, we knew it was a game off top.
Yeah.
There's always like and then remember, I remember when he was at the height of his popularity. Some people were like, nah, dude, he's hella smart. He used trolling to get on, and it's like he did, but I don't think it's as calculated as y'all say he is. You know what I'm saying?
He's just a troll himself.
Oh my
and that's
God,
just the
the-
way he goes.
The dog.
The Dodgers are about to fucking lose, dude.
I'm sorry, man. At least you know I know how you feel.
Dude, man, I'm so
fucking
sick
A's
of.
fan.
I'm so sick of my life, man. But yeah, so I
anyways.
mean, like, yeah, Tekashi
Yeah.
was a fraud, and we all kind of seen it off tops, and again, I just feel bad for like the people that he's sending to jail.
Yeah.
Because like I understand that they were doing illegal activities anyway, but like in this world, you have to get it the best way you can, and like not everybody's given the same opportunities, and Tekashi really came
Yeah.
into a specific ecosystem. He was an invasive species, you know what I mean, to that ecosystem. And that's sad.
It's crazy too because it seems like he's giving up everyone. You'd think if he's just
Giving
trying
up
to.
people they didn't even ask about.
Yeah, it's like if he's just trying to like get a deal, you can
He
just
said
give
some
like
shit on
one
Cardi
person.
B.
you know?
Yeah.
He said some shit on Cardi B. We already knew. Like, what
He's
you
like,
saying?
no,
Like,
Cardi B fucks with that set of bloods.
But it's like I guess he just doesn't
what the
care. He doesn't
fuck?
give a fuck. You know?
Yeah, he does. I
Like-
mean, like,
At this point, I feel like man's just like, I want to die. I
The
just
o-
want to die.
Yeah.
the most hardcore thing he's ever done so far is deny witness protection.
Yeah.
So like maybe he's fixing
Throughout
it.
all,
I think
not
it's
even
'cause-
throughout all of this, just like in general.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like
think
from the beginning of fucking
Yeah.
6ix9ine to now, the hardest thing he has done is that.
which is true, but it seems like he's only doing that because he still wants to have a rap career, which I don't really think he's gonna. I think he's gonna die. You know?
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's well, I don't want to spend too much time on this motherfucker.
We don't want to
man.
give him
Yeah.
any more clout than he deserves.
You know
That's
who
all it
what
is.
also felt like didn't have enough time
Well,
to live to exist on Earth?
Who?
Certain bands that broke up
Oh
too
my god,
early.
what a segue. Give me some of that fucking God damn.
But
man.
yeah, like it's
So-
recently you found out about Brockhampton only
What
releasing
happened?
2 more.
You guys said that, and I don't even know what happened.
Brockhampton, do you listen to Brockhampton?
Hey man, you know we were about to tell you. I don't know why you interrupted his fucking segue.
Anyways, yeah, Brockhampton, you told me that Kevin Abstract said they're only gonna do 2 more albums.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah, man, I actually heard it from Fantano. Oh my god, they just hit a grand slam. I hate the Dodgers, dude. I hate the fucking Dodgers, man.
Yeah, explain, Kevin.
Hold on, let me just
Medium?
let me just fucking like mourn for a second.
All right.
Yo, like honestly, like why do I even give a fuck about the Dodgers? Why?
I don't know. I
All
don't
they
get-
ever do is fucking hurt me, dude. We're not even gonna make it out the fucking NLDS, bro. Like, what the fuck is happening? Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Brockhampton. So I heard it from Fantano.
Yeah.
But it did. But Kevin Abstract did say it in a GQ article. In the GQ article, it said that I don't know. There was a lot of stuff leading up to it, but it was just like, yo, Brockhampton's not gonna be the thing anymore after 2 albums. And it's just like, damn, dude. Like, as much as like they did drop a shit ton of music
They
the past
did.
couple years,
They
like
did.
they have more. I guess I mean like I count like a release. I don't count like an album versus EP. To me, they're all releases, right? Like he has like Brockhampton has as many releases as most artists at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, they have a fucking huge catalog, but like it really felt like they were just getting started. I know off tops from the beginning, Kevin Abstract and him already said like it was never going to be like a long term, like it was never going to be like around forever.
Yeah.
But like it just feels like they just got started, and you know, like obviously they like stumbled out the gates with the whole Amir Van stuff.
Yeah.
I think, but here's my theory, right? Like I think they were going to go a little bit longer than this, but the whole Amir thing took the
Happened.
love out of it. Don't you
You think so?
I mean, that's.
I
my
mean, I
thing.
didn't really get into Brockhampton until after Amir was gone, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they're talented. I know that they're good, but it almost feels it's like the same evolution of Odd Future, right?
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
they were good, and you know they're hella talented, but it's not until everyone kind of went their separate ways
Right.
when you really started to fuck with them, and you saw how much they've grown and how like their music it was way better than before. And with Brockhampton, it feels like it's like that, but they stayed together.
Wait, what? I think you got it opposite, man. I mean, like Odd Future were actually together for a long time. Like they were doing stuff. They were, but
No,
here's
no.
the difference is that they never put out like a group album.
Odd Future doesn't.
Odd Future did it. Like they
But-
put out maybe 1 or 2 Odd Future
Yeah,
mixtapes.
okay.
But they were always solo acts that were in a collective, and they actually
Mm-hmm.
were together for a very, very long time. And it was just I think they broke up like 2015, so they were together
Yeah.
for longer than Brockhampton for sure.
I guess that's the difference then. 'cause,
The difference is that.
Brockhampton feels more like because they always refer to themselves as the boy
Yeah,
band.
they were presented to us as a group.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, even though
Odd
Odd Future was a
Future-
collective, like we
yeah,
learned
okay, I
about
see, I
Tyler
see.
first, and then after that,
Yeah.
Earl and Frank Ocean was doing stuff. So, and I think that's the problem with Brockhampton is that they're like, you know, like being in a band sucks.
Yeah.
We all
yeah.
know that, and the reason why like Wolfgang Odd Future lasted so long was because like all of
They're
them
doing that.
they were always just doing their own thing, and they'd come
Yeah.
together and do some things. Which is why I was really surprised that they broke up. I was like, why would you guys break up? Like none of y'all were depending on each other to do
Yeah.
the songs. Well, other than Left Brain, because he was like a producer and he didn't really rap that much.
But do you feel like it really just meant just being? It's like adopted by other labels.
Yeah, like I think like you know, I mean, like
Yeah.
even when Tyler was like starting to pop off, he was putting stuff out
Yeah.
with major labels. Well, not major, but like major distribution.
Yeah.
Even though Earl was getting distributed here, and Frank Ocean was always doing stuff with Def Jam and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? So they were definitely a little bit more loose
Mm-hmm.
than Brockhampton, and I think that's probably the problem with Brockhampton. And just like knowing how much, like before I even really liked a Brockhampton project, like you showed me a lot of the saturation stuff, and then you showed me the iridescence stuff.
Iridescence, yeah.
And I liked them, but I was never like fully into them.
Yeah.
But while I was kind of learning about them, I started watching their Vice show. Which aired, I think, 2015, 2016. And, like, in that show, like, I learned how much Amir was actually, like, a huge part of the group.
Okay.
And he was, like, so close to Kevin Abstract and so close to Dom and all them, right? And the thing that's fucked up is, like, out of all of them on the show, Amir was the one who was like, I could relate to that guy. You know what I mean? Like, he seems more like me than these other guys, because the other guys are, like, more skater-type dudes.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And Amir is like, dude, I'm from the hood, and I, like, listen to hip-hop. He skates, but he's, you know what I mean? Like, that was the guy I could relate to the most, and it sucks that, like, after knowing what I know and watching that show, it's just like, fuck, how come he's the one that started losing his mind?
Yeah, but at the same time, like I was saying though, when he was still around with saturation and stuff like that, right? Like I feel like it was good, but I didn't really fall in love with the group.
Yeah.
And then Iridescence came, and that's when I saw something there. But the thing is, that's when Amir left.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like, and I have to go back to their catalogs. You know, I don't even know how much they've released, but they have released a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
And I guess at least they have that. You know,
Yeah, I guess they could say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I guess it's good to go out on a high point, too. Like, hopefully their next two albums are just as good, if not better than Ginger. Because Ginger is definitely their best project they've ever put out.
Yeah.
And, like, if you guys are going to break up in two albums, why don't you just break up now so that you can't, like, sour my opinion of you?
Yeah, and I guess the other thing, too, is, like, okay, like how you were explaining with Odd Future, right?
Yeah.
How they would come together from time to time, but it's mostly solo albums. I guess the kind of danger they're facing now is, like, who is really the really popular ones in Brockhampton?
Yeah.
Kevin Abstract. And
they did
who else?
You're right. They did a really bad job cultivating individual stars.
Yeah.
Odd Future was so good about, like, yo, like, I'm Tyler, but fucking look at Earl.
Yeah.
We're Earl and Tyler, but Frank Ocean's been doper before we were. And then they elevated the internet. And then they elevated, you know what I mean? Like, and so when they broke up, everybody was fine. Like, I don't think people give a fuck enough about Bareface for him to put out a full album without a Kevin Abstract cosign. I don't think I give a fuck enough about, like, fucking Mike Champion to listen to a song without anybody else on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only person that could probably walk away from Brockhampton right now and be good with the solo career, because he was already good before
Because he
Brockhampton.
already also released a thing recently.
Yeah, Arizona
right?
Baby's in my top 20 this year. And even before that, before Brockhampton and all that stuff, I've been fucking with his song Drugs from like 2014. So like Kevin Abstract has like a fucking following already. You know what I mean? So he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Everybody else, not so much. You know what I mean? So it sucks. Hopefully this isn't like a Kevin Abstract ego play. Because one thing you'll learn from that show too is there's times in that show where it's just like, wow, Kevin Abstract is very comfortable with being in the position of leadership.
Yeah.
And I feel like strong leaders should always have like this healthy like unwillingness to be the leader, because they don't want to assume that people want that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Even though like you understand that you're in that role, you should always be like, I shouldn't like take that for granted and kind of, you know what I mean?
Like people aren't just supposed to follow you for you. Like they have to do it for themselves.
Right. You know what I mean?
So.
So, like, I don't think he has that unhealthy anxiety of being the leader. You know what I mean? I think he's very comfortable in it.
Yeah.
You know? It sucks, man.
Yeah. What about you? When did you start listening to Brockhampton?
Just this recent album, to
This
be honest.
Ginger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was quite a shock to me because I thought they were pretty new. I didn't know about the long history.
I mean, it's not
Nor
that
have I
long.
really- well, I mean,
But
to have to have apparently the catalog that they have.
Yeah.
Like the way you guys make it sounds like they should have been around at least for 3 or 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how long have they been around?
I mean,
Couple years,
yeah,
3
couple
years,
3 years?
3,
So, yeah,
4
okay.
years.
So then, if they're working the way you guys said they work, that makes sense. Like they're not,
Yeah.
Because like Odd Future, like you were saying, I agree. It wasn't a big deal when they broke up because it was just like, oh yeah, that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they didn't do a big group thing. Their big group thing was a TV show.
And then,
Yeah,
TV
okay.
show, and then I think they had like 1 or 2 Odd Future tapes. But even
Yeah.
those tapes, there was a lot of stuff that they took a song from Earl's mixtape, took a song from Tyler's mixtape, and then they did fucking oldie. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah.
Brockhampton feels like I don't want to discredit them, but I love NSYNC, so they feel like when NSYNC kind of broke
I
up,
see.
it was like really quick.
Yeah, that's a
and
good.
Yo, out of all the boy bands that broke up too, right? In Sync, at least Justin Timberlake came out of that, right?
Right, yeah, and that's what's gonna happen to your boy that you were just saying. Like,
Do you think so though? Because I don't think Kevin Abstract is as big as that.
he
Like,
can, though.
like
Well,
Tyler the
did we
Creator,
think
like
that Justin Timberlake was though.
yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I
I
mean,
wasn't that.
I guess listening
I wasn't
to
there.
What if their breakup is like the Backstreet Boys, where like sure fucking like Brian was like the main guy from the Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys, but then like he tried to do a solo career and it just was like
yeah, but
because I
you
don't
know
think
what,
Kevin's
though?
that big of a star though.
Yeah, and you know what though? There's plenty of times in the album and their albums where the other people do shine more than Kevin. You know, there's other
are, but it's just
people.
like-
Yeah, like the one with like, you know, like I don't know their names. I also don't really know how they look like, even though I've seen a couple videos. But there's this guy with like he kind of sounds like Andre 3000 sometimes, or
Melvin.
is that Melvin?
Yeah.
Like I would be interested to hear an
Yeah,
album
I would be
from
too.
him.
It just sucks that like they didn't like, you know, in between all of like I think they went so hard with the band stuff
Yeah.
that they didn't. The only person that dropped anything in between was Kevin Abstract. They should have dropped some stuff before,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And also, coming from a group to like doing single shit, it's you're literally going from writing one verse for every song you play or do
Yeah.
to having to write the entire fucking song. And if you're
An
already
album.
not doing that and someone else is writing the songs for you, you're definitely not going to go anywhere after.
Yeah.
If you're only writing one verse at a time and you've never even written a whole song, you're definitely going to have a hard time after.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is definitely way easier for me to write one verse for the songs that we do
Oh,
together
yeah.
than it is for me to write a whole fucking song.
Word.
I get through the hook fine.
Yeah.
I get through the first verse fine. It's that second fucking verse. I'm like, man, how do I not make this sound stupid?
Word, no, that's real. And you know, that's the thing that sucks too. Is like the good thing about being in a collective is there's a lot of artist development that happens there,
Yeah.
organically, just by like working with people, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them never had the chance to because they were always putting their efforts into this group thing versus like, yo. Let's like, you know how we do it. I'm not trying to say like our shit's working or anything like that, but it's just like there's always times where like, yo, it's Xanuation season.
Right.
I'm gonna help you write everything. Kyle's gonna fucking like help do all the recording and all that stuff, and we're working on this
Two
to
heads
get.
are better than
Even
one.
though it's your project, we're all working on this project.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though Chemo's working on Free Game, I've been working on it just as hard as he has. Once he comes records it, y'all are gonna be a part of it as much as
Right.
he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think working with other people definitely has always pushed me
Yeah.
without even really trying. You just
Word.
like you want to, you know, be better, and I
Yes.
think you do. You just level up, and I've seen that growth with you, and even you.
Yeah, word.
With your projects, you know,
Likewise,
just being
yeah.
like. I think you helping me out with LO Love. I'm pretty sure you learned a lot from
I
there.
did, bro. This time last year, I was the busiest I was musically,
Yeah.
and it was not because of my project. I was scoring a fucking documentary. I was working on Xanuation, and I was working on LL Love. None of that shit was mine, and that was like an exciting time to like work on shit because it was just like, yo, I'm coming at this from a different perspective. And I know that like by me helping you guys helping me out, I'm helping you. I mean, like there's a lot of natural artist development that happens there.
Yeah.
That now we're all coming to the like I feel like we're all doing so well and having so much fun writing this Wave Gang album because the past few years we've been training. You know what I mean? Like we've been
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
working on our own crafts, and now this Wave Gang album, it's like easy. It's so easy because we're all coming together and we have our styles down.
Right.
Now all we're doing is we're throwing a little bit of our ingredients
Perfecting
into
that
the
shit.
Wave Gang gumbo. And I think Brockhampton always was like gumbo instead of being like you bring the fucking onions, you bring the fucking what you bring sausages, I bring the fucking banana ketchup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
But I guess that's
what you bringing? Sausages?
sausages.
that's kind of like the result of what you're talking about with Kevin Abstract's leadership. You know, where like, okay, you're working on my project. You know, like,
And he's in this unique position where they have funding and capital because of his career. So he is justified in ways, but again, like if you're going to be a leader of something, you should always have this healthy anxiety or unwillingness to be that person because you want it to be a fucking community. You don't want it to be you and your backup singers.
Yeah.
And what Brockhampton is, it's Kevin Abstract and his backup singers, unfortunately.
yeah.
Which brings up a good thing though, when it comes to just like bands breaking up too soon. Let's talk about our favorite bands or groups that were humongous together,
Okay.
but didn't last that long, but leaves a pretty big impact. Because I will say that Brockhampton, even though their run is still short, I do think they have a pretty big impact in music because
yeah.
they did what they took fucking like what Odd Future and Tyler the Creator, even Kid Cudi, like because Kid Cudi and Wiz Khalifa, what those guys did, and Mac Miller from that era. I feel like Tyler and Odd Future kind of extended that, and then Tyler, Odd Future, and them is passed off the torch to Brockhampton. And even though they were only carrying the torch for like 7 blocks, like they're gonna pass it off to somebody else, and I think that's pretty important, right?
Yeah.
So like, what bands broke up early, short-lived, but were fucking had a huge impact, and let's get.
I can think of one.
Who?
Das Racist.
Ooh, okay. Especially in that when they were around like late 2000s, the underground hip hop scene was brackin'.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were like the forefront of it, I would say.
Yeah,
right?
and they're the ones who got me back into hip hop because I used to listen to a lot of hip hop, and then I kind of like, you know how sometimes you're listening to a certain genre, you get kind of tired and you kind of go a different direction.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, so I was going a different direction. And there wasn't really many hip hop songs that came out that pulled me back in.
Yeah.
You know, because Kanye did that for me, and then it took a while for me to like find that love for hip hop again.
Yeah.
When Das Racist came out, it's like that thing where they're funny, and at the same time, they just sounded good on a beat.
They did, man.
The beats they chose were original, and they sounded really good.
It sounded so different too. You know what I mean? Like Cool AD and Heems just sound like they have a different pocket. You know what I mean?
They do, and like even with their like hype man, which is going what? You know, he's the guy who's kind of doing the ad libs for them, and like together they were just so like unique.
Yeah.
And much needed fresh air.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that thing where once they broke up and they were doing their own thing, like they don't sound
not as good
together.
I would say too, I'd credit Das Racist for a lot of the stuff that I liked from like the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they were the leaders of that scene, and then like Krayshawn and White Girl Mob and all them came out, and then early Odd Future took a little bit from them, and then like think about all the people that whole New York scene at the time, Despot, LP. Danny Brown, I would also consider part of that era too.
Yeah.
Like that early Fool's Gold shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's true.
Oh, yeah,
like
because
that.
they were working with like LP.
Yeah, LP and fucking
Danny Brown and stuff like
Despot,
that.
fucking Mr. Motherfucking
Yeah.
Esquire. Hell yeah, dude. And fucking, and like they were doing stuff with, Eric the Architect from fucking
Oh shit!
yeah,
that's right,
he was like making beats for them before he met before he started.
Flatbush.
He found that the Flatbush dudes wanted to rap.
Yeah,
because they were just homies from the same area watching wrestling together, and he was making beats for all these other guys.
Yeah.
So then finally, Juice and Meech was like, "Yo, make beats for us," and then it became Flatbush Zombies. So that's pretty cool.
Now I was gonna say too, Das Racist. I feel like was always meant to be the three of them. You know, it's like it is a group.
Yeah.
And together they're not, or like separate, they're not as interesting. And what sucks is I feel like what probably happened is they were gaining all this popularity. Yeah. They released their first and only official album. Yeah. And they probably thought that was good enough for them to start a solo career, which wasn't, you know, like.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still sad about them.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Cool AD is a cool guy too. Somebody I know off Facebook met Cool AD recently. It's crazy.
He's in Alameda.
Yeah, I know. I gotta meet him, man. What about you, Zance? I know. Let's go find him.
Let's just go find him. Alameda's not that big. It's a fucking island.
You could probably, honestly, dude, if you reach out to him, there's probably a high chance he'll work with you.
You think so? Me specifically? What about you, bitch?
I mean, with me too, but I'm just saying, like, with just anyone from this area.
Damn, maybe you should.
Because it seems like from what he's making too, he's like, he would make an album that's ongoing, and there'll be like 30 songs in there.
Damn, maybe I should.
You should, man.
Let's fucking do it, bro.
Yeah.
Short-lived bands that made a big impact that you love. Let's go. Or groups. Not even bands, just groups.
That made a big impact. Does it have to be in my life? Because me...
No, it doesn't have to be in your life.
Or I mean, in hip-hop.
It doesn't have to be in hip-hop. Doesn't have to be in hip-hop at all.
A group that impacted me wasn't because of their music. It was because of the way their breakup or their loss went down.
Yeah.
And it, to me, was the Pack.
Ooh.
And the Pack got screwed so hard.
They did.
And it really just like made me...
So if you don't know the...
That was like
I don't know
first,
the Pack,
If you don't know the pack, Lil B was in the pack.
Yeah, Lil B
Oh,
was in the
okay.
pack. Stunna was in the pack, who both did just fine after. Not so much Stunna, but definitely Lil B did fine, especially with fucking Pink Dolphin and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the way they got screwed over by Too Short, it was just like, man.
They did, huh? Damn.
They got Lil Wayne before Lil Wayne got Lil Wayne.
Damn.
Like,
You're right, man.
It was a rough. It just made me realize that the fucking shit. There's sharks out there, bro.
I mean, yeah.
It's a goddamn ocean. It ain't the jungle. Like you're in the ocean trying to swim, just trying to survive, stay afloat.
Yeah.
And then you got fucking some motherfuckers like, hey, let me make money. off you."
Damn, I wish there was a camera to show. So that's actually a really good one.
Yeah, that's
That's a good one.
That's my tea on
And then
tea
they
right
were
there.
pretty, like, they were really instrumental in being like the kind of
They're a big
bridge
part of this of the hyphy movement.
and the end of the hyphy movement,
Yeah.
right? Like they were like the bridge across from hyphy music to whatever Bay music is today, which got completely jacked by like, oh my god,
Bay music is real.
it's over. I
is
hate the
real
Dodgers.
Gangster rap now.
Yeah,
It's a lot of I cook crack. Rap is just a side job. I'm here to make money, pimping hoes, doing something. I don't know.
whoa.
No, that's not what it's all about.
You have any
obviously,
other ones?
but,
Any other ones? before we get to them?
I'm just gonna bring it back to NSYNC, man. That was a group that
NSYNC?
broke up way too early. No.
They did break up pretty early.
Yeah.
They did. They didn't have a huge discography, if you think about it. And that produced Justin Timberlake, which is
Yeah.
arguably one of the
But-
biggest pop stars from the new millennium.
If you think about it, though, those kind of groups feel like they were kind of fished out from different
Yeah,
areas.
but you can't
know?
deny the impact.
No,
they
you
had.
can't deny the
Yeah.
impact. But I'm saying I feel like they weren't always meant to stay together.
Yeah, because they weren't
don't have
homies
the-
growing up.
Yeah, so I feel
that.
like the music industry is like, you know what? Out of these 4 people that we're paying,
Yeah.
only one of them's really could have a
really
solo
having
career. So
talent.
why don't we cut the other 3?
Right.
You know, like
yeah. That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my tea on tea right there.
I would say like I'm gonna focus on one group, but I think we have to mention people like Nirvana. Like they weren't around for a very long time at all, and their impact was insane. They weren't around for a long time at all. They have
No, yeah.
3 albums. One of them was before Dave Grohl too, right? You know what I mean? So they weren't around for that long because Foo Fighters have been around forever.
Yeah.
But Nirvana wasn't around for a long time. The Lucksmiths weren't around a long time, and they impacted the indie pop world a lot.
Yeah.
They were around from like 95 to 2003, right? Because Warmer Corners was 2003,
Yeah.
right? So they're not that long. What's another one? I don't know. I'm blanking now. Smash Mouth? No, I'm just kidding. But
Smash
Smash Mouth
Mouth.
was around for one album.
what I will say though, twins, fucking Fat Joe and Big Pun. They were not around for a long time. Big Pun died really early, and Big Pun's impact on hip hop, especially New York hip hop, is like unmatched, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, and like I guess this might be cheating because they weren't necessarily a group, but they put out 2 albums as a group. Is Young Money, right? In the early 2010s, Lil Wayne put together this roster where if you think about the individual people in there, they became arguably 3 of the biggest rappers since 2010, right? And Young Money was Lil Wayne was like the main guy, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga, Jay Mills, Lil Twist. Lloyd was always like auxiliary member.
Southside.
You know what I mean? He was like an auxiliary member. He's like the Red Man to Wu-Tang. Lloyd is to like Young Money. And like we make fun of it now because Drake is easy to make fun of. No matter how great Lil Wayne is, people always make fun of him for some reason.
Well, because-
Nicki Minaj is always
yeah.
easy to make fun of. Tyga for show is easy to make fun of. But like think about like who's in that group in that era and how they dominated hip hop. And as much as again, it's easy to make fun of them in retrospect, a lot of music, hip hop sounds the way it does today because of the things that Young Money did in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And they stopped being like a fucking clique so fast. It was like as soon as Drake dropped Take Care, it feels like, and then Nicki dropped the Pink Print, or was it Pink Friday? Then it just like exploded. You remember, like, everybody was like, oh, Weezy's going to go to jail, and when he gets back out, Young Money back, and Tyga's going to drop and all this, and then it just, like, no, they never got back together. They all had contract disputes, and they just went their own ways. Gutta Gutta was in there, and Gutta, as much as we make fun of Gutta Gutta, he's a fucking legend in Southern hip-hop. Like, he was huge out of New Orleans, you know what I mean? Having that kind of group together in one label is, like, the only thing that I could think of now that compares to that today, I don't even think Dreamville compares to that. I think TDE is the only one.
Yeah.
Because, like, at one point, Kendrick was the biggest thing in hip-hop and R&B. Schoolboy was the biggest thing in hip-hop and R&B. And SZA, you know what I mean? So that's Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj, you know what I mean? And Young Money, like, they had some fucking joints. Bedrock, Every Girl, like, those songs are fucking classics. And they broke up fast. But to this day...
Go ahead. No, I didn't want to.
No, yeah, but to this day, they had a huge impact, and 3 people that came out of that group were dominating hip-hop at one point. Absolutely. Literally the #1 selling artist in hip-hop at one point. All from one place. It's crazy. Yeah.
I just thought of two more groups that not necessarily huge impacts, but definitely were a big part of my fucking childhood. Pretty Ricky.
Okay.
Fucking broke up hella quickly after 2 hit songs and then fucking gone. What was the band Omarion was in?
B2K.
B2K.
Yeah.
They were gone.
Yeah, they were gone quick. Yeah, that's true.
And then all we got was Omarion and one more person. But they didn't last as long as Omarion did.
Yeah, who was the other nigga in there?
They
Marquez Houston.
Yes.
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 Marquez Houston. He was in Sister Sister. That's Roger. Yeah. Go home, Roger.
So, well, I was just going to say
I had one more bonus one.
Okay, go ahead.
Camera Shy.
Camera Shy. Oh, you're right.
Way too quickly.
And what was it? A full length and a 3-song EP?
Yeah.
And then we broke up, but then guess what? Medium Franc, Chemo Slice, the Holographic Children,
I
all
know.
in the same band?
It's too much.
Oh my! Look at us now, man.
Look at us now. Dominating the Castro Valley hip hop scene.
We out here.
Just one block though.
Yeah, just dominating Redwood Road. Oh damn! I just gave up the fucking secret location of the highway. Look, I'm sorry. We'll cut that out. We'll put the beeps on.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, but anyways, I was just gonna say though, what do you think?
Linkin Park.
No,
they were
they've
around
been
for a
together
long-ass time.
forever,
They had
man.
a few-
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Linkin
but I was
Park.
just gonna say though, like, what is the secret? To
Oh, I'm
staying
sorry.
Together?
I just remembered one back in the day. Sublime.
They were around for a while.
No, they weren't. They were around for. Bradley died literally
Yeah,
before that.
but I think it feels like they've been around for a while because they replaced the singer.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not thinking of Rome. I hate Sublime.
Yeah.
Rome.
No, Sublime just put out a lot of shit that they had recorded before, but they were only a band for like 3 years.
Yeah,
Is it really that
Yeah,
long?
man.
Pixies.
Yeah, Bradley
Man.
died. Oh,
Pixies is a big
no,
one.
Pixies is the GOAT one. No, come
Yeah.
here. But they're back together now.
But it's not the same, you know. They broke up too early when I feel like they could have
Well, yeah, 'cause
pushed
they-
out
yeah,
way better
way better
ones
songs,
than now.
Doolittle is one of the greatest albums ever made.
Yes.
I recently was watching Loud Quiet Loud. You know that documentary?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I love that.
Oh,
documentary.
it's so dude, Kim Deal. Look, I will never like get this image out of my head. Kim Deal playing bass with a cigarette on her fucking 2 fingers, and she's doing the fucking the hey bass line.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
Dun,
Boom, 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 but boom, boom. Then she does the open note and she hits the cigarette. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, and then
That's
meanwhile,
cool.
Frank Black is just like, seems like the devil. I'm like, oh man. And then there's a Filipino nigga playing lead guitar.
Yeah.
And then the fucking drummer's a magician. Like, anyway, I'm sorry, Pixies.
But
yes.
I was gonna say too, though, like, you know, and the thing is, everybody remembers and thinks about Nirvana. Every
Yeah.
single person knows about Nirvana, but there won't be a Nirvana if there wasn't Pixies. And I feel like
Yup.
Pixies is not as talked about as Nirvana, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I really do think, like, as much as I love Nirvana, and we all could agree that Nirvana was the shit,
Yeah.
they borrowed a lot from
From
the
the
Pixies.
Pixies.
A lot.
And I mean, this is just I love Nirvana. I
Isn't
went through
In
Nirvana.
Utero such a Pixies title? In
Yeah.
Utero? Like, come on.
But like I love Nirvana. I went through a phase with them, but I still would pick Pixies
Over Nirvana, 1,000%.
Yeah,
Shoot me, I'd pick Foo Fighters over Nirvana. I love the
Really?
Foo Fighters. I really do. I really
Okay.
do. I think Dave Grohl's a fucking genius. He's a
I think he
douche,
is,
but he's a genius.
And without Nirvana, there'd be no Foo Fighters.
So thank you, Pixies.
That's
Kim
true.
Deal is still the GOAT.
Pixies created 2 great bands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also 3 because the Breeders is the shit.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
great bands.
It's Kim Deal. It's Kim Deal and her twin sister.
Hmm.
Oh God, what's her twin's name?
Cam?
Something.
Sarah Deal? Something like I don't know. They're dope, dude.
Big deal.
Word.
All right, let's.
All right, but
Are you happy? Is that what you wanted? Is
I
that what
think
you
it
wanted?
needs a bigger sound.
Oh,
Get what
man.
you
Anyway.
That was fun though. I like
That was fun, yeah, yeah.
That was a good little thang.
Yeah, but
It was fun, guys.
the main topic we want to get to though, because it's so fresh. Oh, yeah.
Damn, bro, you're sounding like more like a witch.
Oh,
All right.
And we're gonna talk about.
All right.
We
we're
have a
gonna talk about
condition.
Joker.
We have a condition.
condition.
Ta-ta there.
Yeah, we're a couple tatas.
Ta-ta there.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the Joker?
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Holy
okay.
shit. What other movies do you consider a 10 out of 10? Let's see what the scale is like.
Okay.
The Dark Knight, maybe.
What did you say?
The Dark Knight.
It's just like Yeti, a gay love story. Which I still need to show that to you.
Honestly, not very many movies would be a 10 out of 10 for me.
But this one is.
Would you say Avengers Endgame is a 10 out of 10?
That's a 9 out of 10.
I would. What? That's a 10 out of 10.
No, Infinity War. What about that?
Infinity War?
Yeah.
compared to Endgame?
No, in your scale
in your
of grading,
scale,
yeah.
It's a 9 out of 10 for me, too.
Wow.
Okay.
But, like, 10 out of 10s include that.
Winter Soldier.
I mean, he might.
Why does it have to be a
Okay.
superhero?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
I think-
because, like we talked about this last time, and these were the ones that we were like, no, these are the shits.
But
Well, yeah,
it is
no,
hard
out
to
of-
give like movies like that
Okay.
10 because I don't know. I think it is harder.
You're gonna fault it for the budget.
No, not
You're
the
gonna fault it
budget
for the
because I
quality
feel
of
like
acting?
those are great, entertaining movies, and you do
They're
they
great
are
stories. It's
they're good
just-
stories, yeah. But I feel like there's
Okay, let me
when
hear
a
some. I
movie's
get it.
trying to
Let's hear a
tell
10
you
then.
something. It's
Let's
a
hear a
10.
10 then. What's another
Okay.
10? Let's hear it.
For me, Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I really
Fiction
love
is
Pulp
10?
Fiction.
Okay.
It's one of my
Okay.
favorite movies of all
Okay.
time.
Let's hear some 10s.
Inglourious Bastards to me was a good
Wow,
one.
that's a stretch. Okay.
That's more like a 7 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
man.
That
I
was
guess-
it was a good movie, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like it's not like my top
Mm.
20 or top.
Okay,
10 or
yeah,
anything like
okay.
that. Like an 8 would be.
Okay, let's do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
What are you guys scoring School of Rock?
I'd give School of Rock maybe an 8.
I'm
Let's
fucking
say
leaving.
8. Is that a 10 to you? Is that a 10 to you? Is that a 10 to you?
Fuck this place.
Tell me, is that a 10 to you?
Of course it's a fucking
Okay. So all right.
For me,
Okay, what would you rate High
School of
Fidelity?
Rock!
What would you rate High Fidelity?
High Fidelity. I think it drags on a little bit.
Okay.
So I would say that that's like to me, even though it's in my top 10 movies of all
Yeah.
time, it's lower in my top 10. So that gets like an 8.5,
Okay.
a strong 8 to a light 9.
Yeah.
I really enjoy details in movies.
Mm-hmm.
So like for a lot of the details.
Not
that
a
were
lot
in
of details
Endgame,
at Endgame.
For a lot of the details that were in Endgame, I really enjoyed them. But because
Yeah.
it's a comic book, it's just not a 10 out of 10 for me. Because it's not. It's yes, they created the story up in the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's already something that's happened. Whereas just like again, Joker is, which is why to me, 10 out of 10 for Joker is a stretch in a way. But it's mostly because Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
Everything you say after this is going to be taken with a grain of salt. Vamonos, children, vamonos.
Oh my.
That was just like when Joaquin Phoenix in Signs was seeing the kids being chased by the alien, and he's like, "Vamonos, children, vamonos." He's like Joaquin.
Oh my god.
Anyways, he's definitely the only way. He's way better than Heath Ledger's, and that's because. But Heath Ledger was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
If Heath Ledger had 2 hours of his own movie, I don't know who I would like more.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of things I like about the movie, specifically about the Joker. Is all the details the fucking director went into, like specifically when he's waiting at the closer to the end when he's waiting to go on the show.
Mm-hmm.
and he's sitting there. He's literally fully transformed into the Joker from a guy who was having troubles just contemplating who he was. At the beginning of the fucking movie, they made me feel bad for him. I felt bad for the fucking Joker for like a good hour of the movie. And then until I find out this is all in his fucking head.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's going crazy.
Talking about the girlfriend?
That was one thing.
Yeah.
But that isn't... I felt bad for him because it was like, if that was going on, she wasn't... The way he saw her wasn't a good person. And for a mentally ill person, that person is not good for a mentally ill person.
Yeah.
And that's good. I thought he was going to kill her. But then he just shows up in her apartment and is just like, get the fuck out, bro.
He does.
I still don't know if he did or not.
No,
it
I think
seems like he
it's
did,
implied
right?
that he killed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that timeline.
But here's the thing: is that at the very end, we clearly see blood prints when he runs away from the room where he killed his counselor. We don't see anything like that. We don't see any blood dripping.
Well, here's the thing, and maybe I'm going to give my 2 cents a little too early. I don't know if you guys want to keep going, but the way I interpreted it is because who's the director of this movie again?
Todd Phillips.
Phillips, right. So he made it clear that this movie is inspired by The Killing Joke. Did you guys ever read The Killing Joke?
Yeah.
And you know how like the
I watched
point
it too. It was great. Both of them were great.
The point of that graphic novel was that Joker's origin, he wants it to be ambiguous. Like Joker is supposed to, at its core, be this figment of anarchy that doesn't have a reason why he just likes fucking shit up, right? And at the end of the book, at the end of the graphic novel, he's just like, yo, this shit's multiple choice. It's up to you what you want to believe, the reason why I'm here, but nothing is confirmed because again, Joker is just this figment of anarchy. So I think he like purposefully, like the way it's shot, it really is like. This is like the definition of unreliable narrator. You know what I mean? It's that book in movie form. It's like either one of these timelines can be true, but it cannot be true.
Right.
It's like, and he is weaving this because like that ending was almost supposed to be like, oh my God, it's a M. Night Shyamalan twist. None of this was real. He says, you wouldn't get it. But the very next shot is back into this fantasy where there's blood and like it's implied that he kills the counselor, and I think it really is. It's not. There's no answer to it. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be. It's up to you. Do you want to believe that he was this hero to the masses, and shit like that, or do you want to believe he's just this crazy dude? Do you want to believe that both, and he's like still getting out some way? It's really like it's really up to you. It's multiple choice.
Todd
you know
Phillips said that. That this might not even be the real Joker.
Exactly.
This could be the Joker that inspires the Joker.
Right. Exactly.
And then there's one other thing that I fucking saw that was a great theory from somebody else was that at the very end, it's actually when we're in the hospital, that's actually in the future, like 15 years down the road, when Bruce Wayne's already Batman and has caught the Joker and put him in Arkham.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there. And the joke that he realizes and doesn't think she'll think is funny is that what he did got Thomas Wayne and his mother killed, turned Bruce Wayne into Batman. He just realized he's fucking Batman. So he's like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the movie.
Well, I don't think it's like that. It's all subjective. Yeah, but I think that was a great theory. That was funny.
I feel like he thought it was funny in the end, not necessarily because he think he's gonna grow up to be Batman.
Well, no,
but
in this theory, he's already Batman.
Oh, he's already Batman.
He's already grown up. This is in the future.
But the way I saw it, it's like that's straight after, like pretty close to after all that happened, and he just thought it was funny that he doesn't know whether Bruce is gonna be Batman or not, but he knows he just affected this person's life, and this person's either gonna be a really fucked up person. Or it could be the completely opposite. But like I think the fact that his parents are dead was funny to him, you know. Yeah, man. I think this movie is almost like, I think it comes at a time that's like it's this is the best time to drop a movie, to put a movie like this out, because like everybody is so conditioned to think that this movie is going to be tied to something else, right? And the character of Joker lends yourself to kind of, as a director, tell this story that is just a complete troll to whatever universe you want it to exist in. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe it does connect to something, maybe it doesn't. But if it doesn't, it would almost be a more effective movie because it's just like
Yeah, like,
it
I don't
takes
need-
all of these superhero tropes that we're all like conditioned to believe, and it
Yeah.
like flips it on its head. Which is what Joker did in Killing Joke. You know what I mean? Like everything always needs, and I always support the fact that like any villain is a good ass villain if you could sympathize with their if you could
Yeah.
empathize with their cause. You know what I mean? And I'm a firm believer of that. But the beauty about Joker is that it's not like this guy's just a fucking piece of shit. For a reason, and it's just like it doesn't need to have a reason. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
the fact that this is like is causing the internet to make all these theories and all that stuff. I think it's fun. And I think it's like what it was meant to do, though. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's probably not going to lead to anything, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that because it
Yeah.
feels like a film the way it's presented to you, not just
Yeah.
a comic book movie, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting that it's a character study of one of the most iconic villains
For sure. Yeah.
that's ever been created.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that you could draw so much like depth into.
Right.
But I agree where I feel like I don't really think it's trying to say anything. It's just like showing you kind of like fucked up things about society and problems that people go through. But it's like it doesn't have really an answer because from the very
'Cause at the
beginning,
end, it's just like he falls into it anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like you might end up like the midget, and because you're nice to him,
Yeah.
the only nice guy to him, he might let you go. But
Can we just like talk about like fuck the overarching shit? How amazing was that fucking sequence?
yeah.
that scene was
Was the best?
my
That was the
favorite
best
scene.
scene in the movie to me.
You
That was
think
one of my
that
favorite
you're
scenes.
talking about when he killed
When he
his
killed
friend?
the fucking like
That's
it was
one of
that,
the
that
best
scene
ones,
was
yeah.
set up so beautifully. So it was like loosely set up from the very beginning of the movie to that point.
Yeah.
And the tension that happens because like you're watching him like it's placed so perfectly after you watch him unravel in his own house by himself. Like this is after he kills his mom too, right? Like so he's
Yeah.
already killed his mom. He's fucking like he spent fucking all night fucking like he sat in the fridge. Remember? Then
Yeah.
then after that like he's playing all the and he's like painting his face. So you're watching it, the unraveling, and it's so fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so terrifying. And then as you're like finally being like, yo, like the tension gets built so high, like what the fuck is gonna happen with Joker at this point? And you're already thinking huge things because he's preparing to go to the fucking show. Like, oh god, the next thing that's gonna happen is gonna be something huge. And then it's like almost undercut by a small plot thread being introduced again of fucking homie that gave him the gun and the midget. You're like, oh
Yeah.
god. So it's like it almost undercuts the tension. And then after that, once they come inside the house, you're like, oh fuck.
When he locks that top.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
exactly what's gonna happen, and he's blocking the fucking hallway, and you're like, "Oh my fucking god!" And he locks the top lock, and that serves its initial purpose of you're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kill this people."
Yeah.
But then let's tuck that to the corner for later. Just
Mm-hmm.
in 2 minutes, this is gonna matter again. You know what I mean? And then he kills the nigga, and it's crazy, and the fucking midget dude is like so scared, and you can't tell when Joker's saying, "Dude, you were nice to me.
yeah.
Go ahead." You're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna
like,
say."
don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you.
When
You
he
can walk
walks
by.
by Joker,
he goes,
my asshole went inside my body, right? Like when you go to a fucking haunted house, like it's Halloween, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to do one soon. Like when you walk by and you think it's gonna jump at you, you're like, ah, and you're like walking around like that. That's how I felt when the midget nigga was walking by him. I was like, oh my god, and he doesn't kill him. And he starts laughing, and then he can't open the door because it's fucking. That sequence was one of the most like I haven't watched a horror movie that's done that to me in so long, and Joker did it to me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Joker. It was.
Sorry, I went on a tangent there.
Yeah,
but
it's
that
all good.
scene
It's
is
all good.
fucking horror like gold.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like
it
some of the
was-
movies that are being put out under this pretense of it's a horror movie doesn't do a good job, doesn't do
I
as
didn't
good of
even-
a job scaring you that did to me.
I didn't even think Joker was put out as a horror movie. I thought it was just put out as like. I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I went into
Yeah.
that. I did not see that fucking coming for some reason, and it was horrifically awesome.
It was. And like I was gonna say too,
And I just watched Midsummer a couple days ago.
yeah, but
Oh,
I
that's
was gonna
another
say,
amazing
too,
movie that we.
That's
another 10 for me. That one.
with the Joker, it seems like the thing is he's deep down, he is the Joker. You know, he's always been like his environment and his childhood kind of created that. and it seems like life kept beating him down because he had to be on medication. So it's mostly like he couldn't. Life seems to bring him down because he couldn't really be himself.
Well,
You know, he's like in pain and he has to like laugh through
Well, let's
it.
talk about the notebook he had to write. All right.
Yeah.
If you can find pages on the internet right now because you can't really see them while they're fucking looking through the movie, but you can find stills of them. The fucking pictures that are in the book are of naked women decapitated and disembodied and stuff.
Yeah.
And the shit that it's saying, that motherfucker.
Because that's what he finds
from the
funny.
beginning,
Yeah.
right? He finds death and mutilation funny.
Mm-hmm.
The man was evil from the beginning. They were just it was just being suppressed by
Yeah.
the drugs and by the webs of lies that his mother was spinning for him.
Mm-hmm.
The craziest part was like I was like getting pissed off at Thomas Wayne, like, how dare you say that about Joker's mom? She's not crazy. Pulls out file. This bitch is nuts.
Yeah. But you know what too? I also like Thomas Wayne's portrayal here because he's always been shown like in the
As like this,
Dark Knight.
Is like this
The
wonderful,
perfect
wonderful
dad.
person.
Yeah, it's like Bruce. Why do you
It brings
fall
a little
down?
fucking reality and fucking humanity to the
Yeah,
man.
he's a
Like,
politician.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is a piece of shit. And I think and it makes sense too, because like for Bruce, he will always see his dad as this amazing guy,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's like his delusion,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you know who was originally cast as Thomas Wayne, but then they pulled out last minute?
Who?
Fucking Alec Baldwin.
Really?
Oh God, I'm so happy it wasn't Alec Baldwin.
I don't know. It would have been fucking tight because Alec Baldwin is so good at playing a piece of shit New Yorker.
He is.
Did you ever watch 30 Rock? He's like,
Yeah, I
he's
did.
perfect. Like,
But the guy they picked here too was like
I thought he was pretty good.
perfect.
no, he was really
there's-
good too. But Alec
and
Baldwin is the shit.
There's
bro.
actors too when they play. Even though they're hella good actors, you're just seeing them as like Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I could
Joaquin
have a hard.
Phoenix,
Yeah, that's
with his
true.
portrayal, you did see him as a Joker, and not really as Joaquin Phoenix. You know.
Hey man, what if Alec
I
Baldwin
did
went
not
super
see
method
Joaquin
too, man?
Phoenix,
What?
What if Alec Baldwin went super method with that shit? He
mean,
got
he
fat
can.
on purpose. He voted. What if he was prepping for this role so long he voted for Trump? And you never know, my nigga.
That's funny.
fucked up.
You do it for the art, bro. You do it for the art type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do it for the art. I went so deep into my method acting.
But I think like like all like overarching meaning aside, I think there's so many like little things that they did great with the movie. Like like those stairs he always have to keep walking up and down. I've seen like a lot of people saying like, oh, it's like his descent into craziness, and I love that. You know what I mean? And I love that like most of the time when people like go through let's be honest, this Joker movie is like a coming of age movie, right? But for like a villain, right? So it's like Rocky for a villain, and I love that like the main thing that Rocky always have to overcome in his training montage is he has to run up those stairs in Philly. And with Joker, it's like he has to run down into dirty ass Arkham. You know what I mean?
It's a dirty ass fucking.
You know what I mean?
Gotham, bro.
I love that shit, and it's that him dancing down those stairs is a direct opposite of Rocky running up the stairs and then
Well, also,
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
it's also a direct opposite. That scene. Well, think about it. That's another thing that makes it a 10 out of 10 for me right there. Those details. The beginning of the movie, it was raining. It was dreary. He was walking up those steps. He was depressed.
Yeah, again, it's a
Going-
parallel with
Yeah,
what
yeah.
Rocky has to
Those
do too.
detail- Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, some of the scenes that stood out to me that involved like every time he killed someone, it's very impactful. It was very heavy, and it always came out of nowhere. It felt like I think like with the Joker personality, he is the type of person that like Heath Ledger had this line where he's like a dog chasing cars.
Yeah.
And when he catches up to one, he doesn't know what he's gonna do. And I feel like that's his real personality. He doesn't know what he's gonna do until he's done it.
Yeah.
And when he first shot those three guys in the subway, I like how I didn't see it coming. I thought he was just gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And when he shot someone, you didn't even see him pull out the gun or anything.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere,
did
this
he
guy
stop.
gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nor did he stop shooting when they fucking backed off.
Yeah.
And again, they did such a good job of making you feel justified. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And God, and then when he snuck into that public bathroom and just like was dancing, oh my God, that shit is.
The beginning.
I watched
twi-
something about
twist
that
into-
too, yeah.
His twisting into the Joker. That was the very first step. It was wonderful.
Yeah, man.
I loved it.
It was really.
Yeah, apparently that was improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And like the funny thing too is like Phillips said that in many ways Joaquin wasn't method acting a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's what
which
Joaquin
is
said
really,
too. Yeah.
it's just like you would think that like especially because Heath did it right before, and Heath was like, I was a method actor, mate, and then he dies. You know what I mean? So it's like, So it's like you're thinking, oh, Joaquin must have done the same thing, and it's just like, no, this nigga's just that dope that he's like doing this, and then they're like cut, and then they like make a joke about it, and it's like that is not method acting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he turned it off instantly. That's how dope this nigga is, and that's why did you see the documentary, the mockumentary he did a few years back where he's trying to start his rap career, and people were like, I don't know, like, what if this was supposed to be a joke and he was method acting and he couldn't get out of it? Now he's really no, this dude is just that dope. I think people have slept on Joaquin for so long because of the
great actor.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand too because he doesn't take a lot of these provocative roles. I think the only real role that he took where everybody's like, "Holy fuck," was Walk the Line, maybe when he was Johnny Cash.
Her was.
Her
but
was
that's
no.
not
Her,
I don't like the movie.
Oh, I like that.
no,
movie.
her is dope.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
little weird, but he's fucking fantastic in that movie. Great acting.
No,
fucking-
yeah. That too. So I mean, but it's still few and far between. That's so long.
Yeah.
Between. You know, like his roles. Other than that, were just like he was the fucking Vamenos children guy in Signs. He was fucking the fucking dude in Gladiator, right? But you know, Vamenos children. He's Joaquin Phoenix, brother.
Phoenix.
I was gonna say too, like there were times in the movie that even though it's so serious, like there's parts that made me laugh so hard.
On purpose. When he's like fucking being interrogated in front of the hospital,
And
he walks in
Jim walks into
Yo!
the thing.
so good, man.
I feel like that's what makes his Joker great. It's like the Joker before the one that we knew is always like comically trying to spit jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
And this one, like, it's actually not funny. He sucks at telling jokes.
He's all the funny thing too is when they finally reveal, because like you know how like they kind like when he's doing his stand up and he's just laughing and I hated school, blah blah blah. Then he tells a joke and then it like the sound design, the score. Oh my god, it's amazing. And what's it, the director Phillips, whatever was his name, Tom Phillips, whatever. Todd Phillips. He said that like he had the score made before he started filming the movie, so that when he's shooting those scenes, he's playing the score and the room will feel like it. That's genius shit in my eyes. Because especially when you think about it with like I've scored something before, and I can't imagine scoring something based off a screenplay and not what I'm seeing visually. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Like it's hard for me to get the cues and shit like that.
You know what else kind of did something like that?
What?
500 Days of Summer.
Well, duh. God damn it! I'm mad that I didn't answer that because of course I know it. Anyway, don't try to out Zoe me, nigga. Anyway,
But I was gonna say too.
Well,
it's like, oh, you're not done? Okay.
Yeah, well, the reason why I think the sound, the score, they were so good because it drowns out the joke, and then you just hear laughing, right? And then you're like, damn. That's when you're convinced, like, oh, he actually was good at this, and like his girl's watching him and shit like that.
Right.
But then when you find out that all that shit was quote unquote bullshit, right? The actual thing he said that made everyone laugh is like similar to when fucking Vec did stand up and everybody laughed, but not for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Holy shit! Is
Right?
Vec Joker?
Am I fucking Zazzy Beats? I'm Zazzy Beats. To his
You guys we're never friends, dude.
he
That was
sat here-
imagined.
He sat here and I was just like, "Why are you in my studio? Your name is Vivek, right?" No, but dude,
You live down the hall, right?
Yeah.
Do I need to get your mother?
dude, yeah, is your mom here? Like,
Yeah, I think I should get your mom. Can I call your mom for you?
because like,
That's like dead ass.
right? Because when they revealed the joke, and it's just like, my mom always said, or I always hated school. And I wanted to be fucking a comedian, and everybody laughed at me, but no one's laughing now, and everybody started dying because it's just like, nigga, no one's laughing at you. This is funny. You know
one's
what I
laughing
mean?
with
Even
you,
though
bro.
it's
They're
like
all
the
laughing
intention
at
of the joke was like
Yeah.
straightforward, just like when Vic was bombing, and then the very last joke, he's like, all right, I'm gonna end with a joke, and everybody's dying. It's like, finally. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was just little things like that. But what were you saying? I cut somebody.
The last thing I was just gonna say about the funny parts, I guess, it's like what's I gonna say?
I'm sorry. This is
No, it's all good. It's all good. I guess it's just like, or no, I was gonna talk about like the final scene. Like to me, that's one of the that was one of the best like scenes in the movie.
Because he's like chasing around like Scooby Doo. He's like,
No, not that.
Oh,
when he went into the show, because like you finally
Oh,
saw
yeah.
him being so confident.
Oh my god.
And like
yeah.
you rooted for him, and you know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like I like how his goal really was to kill himself, and it's
Yeah.
just because like he changed his mind because of how angry he got. you
Yeah.
know?
the very last second, changes his mind.
Dude, he was gonna kill himself. Then he heard Logic. He's like 1-800, don't kill yourself. And he was just like, God damn it!
All right, I'll have to kill Robert De Niro. then.
Yo, shout out to Logic for creating Batman, bro. Like without Logic really
There'd
making
be
it
no
uncool
Batman.
for Joker to kill himself, Joker then fucking treated fucking the world like shit. Fucking Bruce Wayne's parents dies, and now he's Batman. So shouts out to Logic, bro. Logic is the all powerful being. He's the higher power.
He's the higher power.
You know, don't do this shit.
Don't do this. That's about the 10.
I wanted to kill myself so bad, and then Logic made it so fucking trash for me to do it, man.
It's not cool to kill yourself anymore.
God, man. Now everybody's sad. Now I don't want to be sad anymore because this.
Sad boy music is dying out.
Yo, he made it work though. His goal was for us to not kill ourselves. Right?
Exactly.
Maybe Logic is doper than I give him credit for.
He's like, man. He's like, I could
Logic
make hard music, or I could like,
Kill
save
yourself.
people.
But what would hard music for Logic sound like?
I don't know.
Don't wanna stand there and watch you burn. Logic is Eminem with a little bit of melanin. That's what it is, man. I fucking hate Logic so much, man.
But anyways, did you have anything else to add, Xani?
Dude, just everything about that movie was fucking fantastic. I think my favorite scene, honestly, though, is when he gets put into the back of the cop car. Not when they crash in, leading up to the crash. That was just so
when
reminiscent.
he's looking outside and he's like saying, wow, I started this revolution. Yeah.
It was so reminiscent of Heath Ledger's that it just felt like that was just a callback and it's like respect to Heath. And it was just, I loved every moment. And then when he gets hit and he's just standing out there and he finally smiles on his own and it's just like without.
And I guess that's the other thing too, where like in his early delusions, he's telling like Robert De Niro, I want to inspire people to be happy and spread love.
Which he stayed true to.
Yeah.
Just in a fucked up ass way.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that really like resonated with me that came from this movie is that quote when he was speaking to the social worker was just like, the problem with having a mental illness is that the world expects you to act like you don't have it. You know what I mean? That shit is fucking like so true to like what a lot of people go through. But now we're never going to admit it because fuck Logic. But like, you know what I mean? Like, and it, again, like, I think it's awesome because in one sense, it fulfilled my need to understand every villain for me to like really like think they're an effective villain. But it also stayed true to the essence of Joker where it's just like, all of this is probably made up. Is it? Probably. I don't know. It's made up. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just like, he just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess
so tight.
His transformation too, and it's something that it's crazy because even though no matter how fucked up it is, you can't help but kind of like root for him.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is that thing where like in a way he kind of had to like kill his ties to the past, to himself.
Yeah.
You know, he had to kill his mom.
Right.
Because he found out everything he's known as has been a lie.
Yeah.
So then the last straw to like basically kill Arthur and just let Joker live is by killing Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
you know,
because that was like in many ways his father figure. His whole life. You know what I mean, Robert De Niro
He killed his mother and his father. Because he had the whole scene where he imagined him saying, "I want you to be my son."
Yeah, exactly. Like that was his father figure, and that also like struck a chord with me too because in many ways, like the people that like the things that I consume growing up really became the father figure that I didn't have. You know what I mean? Like I always say that like fucking I was raised by Pac. I was raised by Stuart Murdoch. I have the weirdest gay dad couple. Imagine if Pac and Stuart Murdoch was like my gay dads. You know what I mean? Like, but they had to like keep it on the low because it wasn't cool to be gay yet. You know what I mean? Like, dog. And then like we all have like, what kind of dogs would we have? You know what I mean? If it was Stuart Murdoch and Tupac.
Oh my
Of course,
God.
we have a pit bull because Pac is like L.A. But Stuart Murdoch, we got a Yorkshire Terrier, you know what I mean? We got a terrier, you know what I mean? Like, dog. So, you know what I mean? And, like, that struck a chord with me, too, because, like, a lot of ways, and, like, for better or worse, there's a lot of people out there whose father figures are public figures.
Yeah.
And the idea of them. So it's not a real father figure.
Right.
Because, like, your real father figure is supposed to be a flawed individual that shows you how to do things the right way, but also they need to act as an example of what you don't want to be, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when your father figure is just what you see like for
On
the art that they
TV,
put out
yeah.
or what they put out on TV, you have a really, really unhealthy image of what you're supposed to be as a man. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
with Star-Lord and like his whole thing, like he didn't know his dad, so his father figure was David Hasselhoff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why he's so insecure. You know what I mean? As an adult, you know what I mean? Yeah, that just struck a chord. There's just so much to the movie
That's
that's just
deep.
like,
That's
yeah,
deep, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I watched the movie twice. At this
You
point.
have already?
Yeah, I watched it
God,
twice.
I need
wanna
to
go
watch
see
it
it,
again.
man.
Yeah, man,
But-
I'm fun employed, dog. I have hell of time on my hands.
I'm unemployed, bro.
So it's a 10 out of 10 for you. So it means
It's a 10
absolutely,
by 10, nigga. That's an expensive ass burger.
I've seen it bought.
But I was just gonna say that.
I ain't paid for it, but I'm gonna
Does
let
that
you know I seen
mean-
someone buy that shit.
You feel like it has no flaws as a movie?
Honestly, no.
Okay,
don't,
because I
because
have one gripe with it.
I honestly don't, because it just it's its own story.
Mm-hmm.
It's not meant to connect to anything.
Or is it? I'm sorry.
You can literally do whatever you want with it in that sense, and leave it up to the customers to fucking figure that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Word.
I love Joker. I love the Joker, and I love Joaquin Phoenix's fucking portrayal of him.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he studied, I found out he studied how to dance.
Yeah.
Fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
And he fucking lost 52 pounds. And apparently the
I
role
wanna lose
scared
52
him,
pounds.
But for
You gotta
good
talk
reason.
to him, man.
So I mean,
How did he do it?
how did he do it?
Yeah.
I didn't read how he did it. I just
I want to lose 52 pounds, man.
hey man,
You
I'm
know,
right there with you.
I also, the first time I watched it, thought it had no flaws, and then I watched it the second time, and because then you know, when you watch it the second time, the gloss is gone. you know? So
Yeah.
maybe the second time you watch it, you'll find
You
something.
also want to know something that I didn't tell you about that movie?
Okay.
I was on mushrooms.
Oh,
Ah, nice.
okay.
That was
Nice.
a trippy way to watch that.
I was also on drugs while I was there, but it wasn't
Yeah.
mushrooms. So I was
Yeah.
definitely,
Trippy way to
I was
watch
definitely
that movie.
very high, and also on other drugs that just made me so
I had
happy.
already
Yeah.
I had taken them, and then you're like, I guess we gotta go see it tonight, and I was just like,
Because we were getting blown out. Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess so.
And I was just like,
Like, I guess I gotta do this.
that's why you were so insistent in not watching the Niner game.
Like, I don't want to watch the night game anymore.
So-
But you saw flaws, you said? Because I have
I did too.
two
You can
gripes.
go ahead. Yeah, bring it up.
Well, the only two things I wished from it. One, I saw the thing with the girlfriend. Basically, since she came and asked, like, were you following me?
Yeah.
Like, to me, I was like, okay, I think I know where they're
It
going
was
with
like it
this.
was telegraphed. You think?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with that. I had a problem with the reveal, and then they show the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I feel like they
you didn't have to
need
do that.
Yeah, like it was more impactful to me when what?
Here, dog. Me too. That's my.
Yeah, man. But there's another one.
God damn it,
Say
man.
that to the mic. But
Holy fuck! I thought I was the only fucking like.
You're like, well, I don't need those.
I was just like, dude,
flashbacks.
we didn't need that because
Yeah.
like I was so sold on it being a psychological thriller / horror movie
Mm-hmm.
that I think as much as like people shit on the Shaw series because the Saw series the Saw series is ass.
Yeah.
By and large, it's fucking awful. But the first Saw movie was incredible,
Mm-hmm.
right? The only thing that keeps it from being a perfect movie is they had to fucking do the flashback. Oh,
Yeah.
bet you didn't realize this. It's like, no, nigga, just leave it what it is. I'll watch the movie the second time and I'll catch it. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost insulting my intelligence. But anyway, go ahead. What's the second one?
But yeah, it feels like
It insults your intelligence,
because-
as a consumer. You know
and
what I
it takes it away because the whole time you were seeing it to Joker's
Yeah.
narrative, right, where it's untrustworthy.
Yeah.
And it would have been cool if they didn't show the flashbacks,
Right.
Where that is the one thing where that
Yes,
broke into
exactly.
reality. You know, It's
Exactly,
like,
because
yeah.
like this whole movie, even though like the whole like the vehicle they use to tell the story through Joker's eyes is the camera.
Yeah.
So everything, even though you're seeing it in the third person, is Joker's perspective. So why are you gonna randomly show me these flashbacks using the same camera that's not
Yeah.
his anymore? Or is it him just saying, "Oh look, did you?" And Joker's too dope of a villain to ever be like, "My plan this whole time was to fucking," you know what I mean? And that was effectively a Scooby Doo villain reveal.
Yeah, exactly.
And that shit is played the fuck out. Let me just go back and watch it again. Thank you.
Yes,
damn it,
yes.
Man, we on the same page. But go ahead.
And then the other one is just that the riots and the clown thing he inspired was just kind of like weak as an inspiration. I feel like I didn't
Damn.
really see.
I love that.
Yeah, I like
What?
it too.
Because the song Aries by Block Party.
Hmm.
We dance to the sound of sirens. But it was pretty purgy. I feel that.
I mean, I feel like I liked
That
where
is
it
what
went.
Joker is anarchy.
Yeah, but I like where it went. I just feel like the initial spark of just him killing 3 guys, I felt like it was kind of weak. I feel like they should have justified more why people.
Yeah, they didn't.
You know?
They lightly inserted that there is a huge disparity between classes in Gotham,
yeah.
but they didn't do a lot of it. They did it by fucking Zazie Beetz saying, "Fuck that guy. They should kill all of them." As opposed to being like, they didn't show people hungry in the streets and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I could get that. I could get that.
But like everything else in the movie, I had no problem with.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like
No, but the thing that really bothered me was the reveal, the fucking Scooby-Doo villain reveal
Yeah.
at the end. I was like, it would be so much, like, remember, like, Todd Phillips says everything in this movie was done to make you feel unsettled.
Yeah.
And that didn't make me feel unsettled. It
No.
gave me
It settled
clarity.
me.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
none of that happened. It gave me clarity.
Mm.
It did the opposite. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say though, you know what's a great reveal though that they did in the movie?
What?
To contrast that, it's a stand-up.
Oh,
When
yeah.
they were showing that,
yeah.
first it's awkward and then it seems like he's doing
And
well.
then he fucking turned it around, but then at the end they like, oh my god,
And
it was
on
awkward
TV.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And the joke that they laughed at, it was for the wrong reasons. You weren't
Yeah.
killing, bro. They were laughing at you.
Exactly.
I love that shit. That was a great reveal. I totally agree with that part too.
But you were saying something?
I wasn't, but I'm glad you felt the energy that I was putting off.
So he was, but he wanted to be passive aggressive about it. That's 5 points to white people.
Oh my god.
Anyways, my buddy,
Talk about your buddy, bro.
my buddy gave me a good comparison that it was a lot like Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar in a lot of ways. I agree too. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think a lot of like the very tight shots to the face that shows that they are an unreliable narrator is very similar. I could see that.
Yeah.
Too. There's a lot of like what's the word that I'm trying to get? Forgot it. It's gone.
Dissonance?
Both good movies. No, it's not dissonance. That's gay. No, I'm sorry. Anyway,
can't stop yourself.
it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Mm.
You know how like there's movies where you don't realize they're connected, like fucking Unbreakable and Split.
Mm.
You're just like, what the fuck? That's in the same universe. What if Joker, Purge? What if the reveal, nigga,
That would be
is that
sick.
is Joker? That would be hard.
That's the
He's
the
reasoning behind the
DC
president.
cinematic universe is
Is
with the Purge.
And then somehow they just like also throw in like fucking Gal Gadot's in there somewhere. She's like, me too, nigga.
I've been here the whole time.
Because it's like it's purge, like, oh, we're purging because of the Joker. Thank you, Joker. And they try to purge into a girl's house. She's like, sorry, bitch. I'm Wonder Woman on the lowest of keys. Yeah, that would be hard.
On the lowest of keys.
What would be funny ass movies that like you're like that reveals that they're in the same universe? Go. That's hilarious. This is gonna be so much fun. This is gonna be so much fun.
Daredevil and Homeward Bound.
What's Homeward
What's
Bound?
Homeward Bound?
Oh wow, really? The family leaves the animals behind, and they have to like travel over the mountains to get to where they are. Daredevil because he's blind and he lost his animals. That's what I was going with, guys. Sorry it wasn't funny as I thought it was.
Here you go.
It was even the full.
It was a lame ass horn. That's what it deserved.
It was just.
Is it still recording? Oh yeah, it's still recording. Man, what's like The Matrix and John Wick?
Okay.
It's the same.
It's
actor.
the same guy. I'm like, wait, what? He's just like,
and you have Lawrence Fishburne in it. They're just missing.
they're just like, what the fuck? But then like they're like, how do you guys even know each other? And then they're like, well, 1 second, let me write to my wife, and they put it into a mailbox, and it's the lake house. Sandra Bullock gets it. They're like, wait, but my husband is.
My real name is John Wick.
What if, dog? What if, right? Let's just say, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio gets let go at the bottom of the ocean.
Inception.
Yeah, at the bottom of the ocean, right?
Aquaman
Okay.
picks
Oh,
him up.
okay.
And then he's like freezing to death and all that shit, right? But you finally, after all these years, you get from Leo's perspective. He's looking up. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then Rose is just like letting go. And then as he's slowly dying and the light is turning whiter, Rose slowly just becomes Mark Ruffalo and it's Shutter Island. And it's just like they sedated fucking Leonardo DiCaprio is like, this thing is
my
still
God.
crazy after all these years. He was
a
calling me
dentist.
Rose.
He
God.
thought he was on a fucking ship.
He was telling me he'd never let go, so I sedated him. He's literally a patient on this island.
Oh my god.
Titanic,
That's good.
Shutter Island, the universe we never thought was connected. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
What's another one? Let's give the people
Man.
one more. Come
Yeah,
on, we're
yeah.
sharp.
Can you?
We're sharp.
Hitchhiker's Guide Through the Galaxy and
And 500 Days of Summer.
Fucking
Yes, Zoe Deschanel left. It's like fucking yes. Fucking what's his name again? Fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just like, why didn't we work out? It worked out with you and him. And then she's just like, one day I woke up and I just realized. And he's like, what did you realize? What I was never sure about with you. And he was just like, what? She was like, a spaceship, nigga. He's like, this guy has a spaceship. I'm in space. You're over here trying to talk to me about IKEA and Ringo Starr? I'm in space, nigga. What are you talking about?
Look, there's a random button. It takes us places.
Yeah, and I have only seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy recently. James put me onto that.
Oh,
movie.
really?
Yeah.
Have you not seen it?
Oh my god, that's why he doesn't get the joke.
Nope.
Oh, bro. You
The
need to
funny thing,
fucking
too-
Watch that movie.
The funny thing too is it's like Colin fucking oh god, what's his name?
Bilbo.
Colin Firth, right?
Bilbo.
Yeah, Colin Firth.
Bilbo.
No, that's not Colin Firth.
Colin Firth is the King's Speech.
Is the King's Speech? Well, it's the other British
The
nigga that
dude-
li-
the dude
the
from-
other British guy that's
The
also in
Hobbit.
Love Actually,
From
but
The Hobbit.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Hobbit. I don't know his name.
he's in Love
but
Actually. He's the
yeah.
porn guy.
Yeah, I
and
know who you're
Colin
talking
Firth
about.
is the Portuguese guy.
Fucking Googling.
But anyway, like, so it's him. He meets Zoe Deschanel.
Hmm.
He falls in love with her. She's like, "You're boring. I'm leaving you," and she leaves him for a space guy. You know what I mean? So Joseph Gordon-Levitt, 500 Days of Summer. Why did Summer randomly stop loving him? Even though since the very beginning, Summer was saying she didn't want anything serious. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a fucking simp.
Martin Freeman is the man's
Martin
name.
Freeman.
Martin
That name doesn't even do anything to me
I know.
She-
emotionally.
She leaves him for Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell is perfect in that role, by the way. What a douchebag.
Yeah, bro.
That movie is the shit.
Hey,
It's
check
so
it out. I heard it's
fucking
good.
so
fun.
good. Dude,
The
Mos
very
Def.
beginning- yeah, Mos Def is in it. It's the
Yeah.
first movie that I actually saw him
Oh,
where he was
okay.
funny. Because the only other movie I saw him before that was
Italian Job.
No, what's the one after
Ooh,
that?
Actually, that's a
36
lie then, because
36
I saw
blocks?
Italian Job before that. But yes,
36 blocks?
That's
Yeah.
the first movie I
Yeah.
ever seen Mos Def in, and it was great.
Yeah, that movie
But
was so
I
good.
had no idea that he could do anything else other
Because
than serious
right,
roles.
like even though because like I liked Be Kind Rewind, but he wasn't that good in it.
It wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
all right.
Right?
It was funny, but it wasn't because
like
of him.
was it Jack Black? Right, Jack Black
Yeah.
was
Jack
the guy
Black
that
was
carried
better.
that movie.
Yeah.
Most Def felt contrived in that role, but in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Most Def was perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Fucking
really
hilarious.
good. Yeah.
The very beginning of the movie, dolphins are warning us that we have to leave, but apparently we're just
None of
taking
us
them
are
as-
like-
they're just doing tricks at.
We're like, little nigga. Yeah.
They're like they did a double front flip twirl into a football, then they hit it off, and that was them telling us like, you
Yo,
gotta fucking leave.
Our
bro.
planet is about to be invaded. Like, get the fuck out
and
of
then
here.
and then it goes into like a week later. All the dolphins are gone missing from the earth in the newspapers. Where'd
So
they
good.
all go? It's a mystery.
You should watch the movie. It's really
I'll
good.
check it out,
We
yeah.
have it at the house. Come to the house. Let's just watch it. Let's
Yeah.
have a movie night. Let's
I'm
just
down.
get high,
Down.
watch a movie, maybe do some fucking shrooms.
All right, I'm down. Fuck.
Are you guys down? You guys want to do that this weekend?
I'll have to see.
Wait. We'll talk about it after,
Yeah. Okay.
because I want to also ask you about something else.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, I mean that would be a sick ass crossover. I think. Yeah. Good movie. I think we all could agree Joker's the shit.
Yeah, it
Even though
is,
I
it
do
is.
have that like one gripe about it, I think Joker is one of the best movies I've seen in the past handful of years.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
but one
I
of
agree.
well, it's so we've been complaining. I mean, I know I have. I can't say we, but complaining about fucking people just remaking movies.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I was like, I don't need this shit. Because then when I saw it was gonna be a Joker origin movie, I was just like, I don't need that. Because the point of Joker is not that. But then I realized what was going on. I realized that they were basing it on the Killing Joke. I'm like, okay, they're gonna spin
The rumor I heard before it ever like really got to like, yes, we're doing this, was that it was a Joker movie and it was gonna be made by Martin Scorsese, and I was just like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna fucking watch that gangster shit.
It kind of felt
And
like a
then
Martin Scorsese.
It did
the
in many
filming
ways,
did, but
yeah.
not the story.
Yeah.
Not the story. It wasn't gangster enough to be a Martin Scorsese type film.
Although apparently it was heavily influenced by Taxi.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Which is why
Absolutely.
fucking De Niro's in it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I absolutely fucking agree. I just watched Taxi again.
Yeah.
A few
What
nights
a
ago.
fuck-
That's a
Fucking
Scorsese film.
Yeah, no, it
Taxi
is. It
gets
is.
Taxi as a 10 for
But
me.
it feels
10 for you.
Taxi is a 10 for me, for sure.
Taxi's also a 10 for me,
Yeah.
but that feels really gangster in the way that Robert De Niro handles things throughout the movie. He's carrying around a fucking 357 the whole time, and he's trying to fucking take out fucking gangsters from.
I like how you had to
Pimpin'
like
Scoto and shit.
specifically say what kind of gun he was carrying.
Fuck yeah, bro. 'Cause that's a big fucking gun. But anyways, like whereas it's like Joker was very maniacal and like while not diabolical was fucking. He thought about what he was gonna do within seconds of doing it, and that action was fucking horrifying. So that just like Taxi, there are a lot of horrifying scenes.
Yeah, and
absolutely,
I think
and
something
the
too that-
grittiness of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think something too that doesn't correlate so well is that like there's so much more of an unraveling in Joker than there is in Taxi. Like I think Taxi's like he's almost like that's already who he is.
Yeah,
type
he's
thing.
already unraveled from the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
We see like a couple things, and it was just like, yep, that's it. Whereas it's like
I can
Joker,
see that.
it's
Yeah.
half the movie, then yep, that's it. That's
can
the
see
last
that.
straw.
And I guess that's what makes it more interesting too, because you see him from being a weak character to being someone who's super confident and just does
Right.
what he wants.
Right.
But like, if you root for him, even though how fucked up it is to
Like,
become,
yeah,
like
sure.
his final transformation. But it's just knowing that he feels better about himself, make you feel like, I feel better for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's true. And like like it's funny, it's crazy too watching him grow from a weak ass character.
Yeah.
And at the very end he's still a weak ass character, but he found what makes him powerful.
found
And his
Yeah.
like his ability to rally a group of people that needed to be rallied. You know what I mean? That was looking for that symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has a background in like performing,
Right.
like makes it.
He's a clown. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Or he wasn't.
Or he wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, or he wasn't. This is one of the many stories of possibilities.
Yeah, or maybe this village of Amish people has been living in the modern times this whole time, but you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mind freak. Is M. Night Shyamalan and fucking David Blaine the same person? Maybe that's a universe that we didn't know was connected.
What the fuck, David Blaine?
David Blaine has been making movies under his moniker M. Night Shyamalan this
I
whole
think
time.
Chris Angel and fucking M. Night Shyamalan.
Chris Angel.
Or Science and Joker
Ooh.
connected. You know, he got
He's
really
Like,
crazy.
fine, Vamenos, children. Vamenos. Oh man, that shit is tight. But yeah,
But
no, I guess
it's also kind of nice to see that, and I think like this is what DC's strengths is
When's
when
that?
they come out with artsy,
artsy,
character-driven
right
movies,
like
'cause-
psychological thrillers or something that makes you
Yeah.
think, and you have to, it's not as cut and dry as a Marvel movie is.
Like we were
Yeah.
saying when we were walking back.
Yeah.
DC needs to stop fucking around making kids movies. They need to be fucking adult dark movies.
Yeah.
yeah, because
I want a rated R Batman.
Yeah.
I want a
Yeah.
fucking rated R Superman.
Yeah.
Give me something to like about Superman.
Yep.
Have him fucking be a bad dad. I don't fucking
No, like I think like
I don't know. He's such Mr. Perfect. I don't know what he could do wrong that
No,
would
for real.
make me be like,
You
yes.
should watch The Boys
No,
if you want to see that.
Man of Steel
He does
is
watch The
lightweight
Boys.
dark,
Oh, you
but
do?
it's
he
not.
does watch The Boys.
The Boys?
Yeah, he watches that. Yeah,
Oh, okay, good.
I don't watch it. Yeah,
Because that's kind of like the Superman that you'd think.
Watch
with-
the first episode. I'm trying to get into it.
Oh, okay. I think after the 4th episode, I mean, it keeps getting better and better, but the 4th episode has such one of the like best intense scenes that I think is just gonna hook you completely.
Another thing that I like about Joker is that it's
Yo, everything you just said, fuck that shit.
I'm gonna watch. Don't worry.
Okay.
But it gave me a lot of the feeling of Watchmen too.
Yeah.
Yes. No. And
Oh
you know,
my God, the
I think that
darkness.
speaks to the overall
Of what DC needs to do.
what they need to do. I think like remember I was saying earlier. I think the funny thing or the brilliant thing that this movie did on like a universal scale is that it trolled all of us out of our conditioned thinking that everything has to be an intertwined universe.
Yeah.
Right. Like at the end of the day, this Joker movie, if it stands alone and doesn't touch anything in the DC side, I think that's where it's most effective.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the anti-Marvel, right? It's like, oh, you all thought this was going to lead into something else. It's not. He's not even Joker. Or it's not. We're never going to explain it. Like, fuck you. Go away. Watch the movie again. And that's what they need to do. They need to not make these cut and dry, action-based superhero movies that the reason why Marvel's so great is because of how grand it is, and do the opposite, right? Give us a work of art for 2.5 hours and let it just be that.
Yeah.
And then shoot it in a way that's so unsettling, that's thought provoking, that isn't like, I'm going to tweet this all the time. It's just like, yo, here's a movie, consume it, take it for what it is, and then here's another movie that's completely unrelated. It's shot in a specific way that's thought provoking, and move on. And that's how you could stand up to Marvel and be successful, because you're not going to do what Marvel does better than Marvel.
Yeah.
You need to do something completely different.
Right. And I honestly think that the next best movie that they could do for DC, and it's a Flash movie, is called Flashpoint. Do you guys know about Flashpoint?
Yeah, when he goes back in time, right?
Wait,
And there's
well, he doesn't go back in time. He goes to a different time.
yeah.
Bruce Wayne actually is the one who's killed. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, who kills people, and the Joker is his fucking mother. So that right there, dark as fucking shit.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
then and then you have Wonder Woman trying to take over the world, and Aquaman trying to take over the world, and Aquaman fucking throws a nuke out there. Bro, it is darkness all
That'd
over.
be cool. Again, I just don't think that, like, I think if I go to DC, I don't want to see 6 or 7 of them all in one movie. Like, I'd rather them just do, like, pieces on a specific one. You know what I mean? Because Marvel's doing that, and will do it better than you. Like, I would love to see, like, a Wonder Woman movie that's standalone, that doesn't... Because I think Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is actually really good. And if they find a way to do a more, like, edgy Wonder Woman film that's a little bit more plot-driven versus, like, I'm a superhero, and Superman doesn't ever go in it. There's no... ever like mention. It's not even like, oh, she exists in a world where all this stuff exists. No, like just make it just Wonder Woman's world, and then just build off of something from there, and like pick a villain, any villain, like do it. I think that's the best way to stand up to Marvel, or at least be an alternative to Marvel. Just the same way as like I always bring it back to wrestling, right? Like Marvel is WWE. And there's no way you could do what WWE does and beat them at it. That's what TNA tried to do. That's what WCW tried to do, and it didn't work. AEW is completely doing everything opposite from WWE. Like, you were right about the Dark Show, by the way. It's not on TV. It's not on TNT. It's a YouTube only show, which is
better.
WWE would never do that. The closest thing they did was a Facebook Watch thing for some bullshit matches that don't matter, right? It was like, oh, it's a mixed match challenge, right? Remember that? That was on Facebook, and it didn't matter. So even if you didn't miss it, it doesn't affect the main product.
Right.
AEW's YouTube show had Lucha Brother, like their biggest stars are on there in big storylines that will affect TV, and they're giving it to you for free on YouTube
eventually.
Yeah, and they're giving it to you on YouTube for free. WWE would never do that.
They're giving you a reason to watch it in multiple places.
That you won't see the WWE.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think if Marvel is WWE, DC needs to do everything opposite.
Well,
Don't even cross anybody over.
if you think about it too, their best movies have been so far the kind of like unknown graphic novels.
Yeah.
V for Vendetta,
Oh my
Watchmen.
God, yes, Watchmen.
So I think that
Watchmen,
is
another great example.
Yeah.
Such a dark fucking
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
related to jack shit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They should just do that. And I think, Flashpoint could work because it's such a different universe that you're not really bringing those characters in. But, it's still, I think that's the way to do it. I think they found something here with Joker.
Yeah.
And they need to like see how successful this is, and not even like commercially, critically. See how critically this worked. and just be like, okay, this is how we differentiate ourselves. Because Marvel has a stranglehold on this comic book movie thing.
Yeah.
And they'll never give that up. And Fox is trying to be like, yo, me too, nigga, let me get in there. You know what I mean? So it's just like Marvel has to do something. And Warner Bros., Marvel, y'all got to do something completely different. Like, you're not, before when it was the Dark Knight and shit like that, you was all we had. Now there's this other conglomerate in town, and they do the comic book thing better. You should just take a comic book character and put it in a movie. You know what I mean? That's what they should do. And I'll buy that shit. And I will be a fan of both. Like, I'm a WWE fan. We just we drove to LA for SmackDown. But I'm an AEW mark. I will gladly be a Marvel. You know how much I'm a Marvel fanboy. And I will love to be a DC boy, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, DC just kind of, like, made themselves look so bad because they rushed their whole cinematic universe.
They TNA'd themselves.
And... Yeah, they were just trying to copy.
Yeah, pulled out too many big characters too quickly.
Yeah.
They're like, we have to match Avengers now.
That's
no,
like
you don't. Slow the fuck down. Why are you? Why have you not? You just gave me one Batman, which was Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
And one Superman, and then you're like, oh, here's Wonder Woman. We'll throw her in, but we'll give you her backstory later.
And that, the thing that sucked is, like, Wonder Woman was so good that they almost lucked out on getting Wonder Woman right. And they're like, oh no, we could do this. And then they put out Aquaman, and we're like, fuck, this is awful.
Like, god damn it. And then they haven't even put out Flash, and I think he's a horrible choice for Flash, but that's just my opinion.
Is it the same guy from the Netflix series?
No, absolutely not.
Did you guys like the Netflix series for Flash?
It was alright.
I thought it was pretty good.
Right.
It wasn't horrible. I liked Green Arrow better.
I didn't watch Green Arrow.
Green Arrow starts. I haven't.
The
finished,
first
I haven't
few
caught up.
seasons.
Yeah,
Is
I
Green
watched the
Arrow?
first
Is that a
three.
CW? It's a CW.
CW.
yeah.
Just watch like the first 3 seasons and you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
After that, it starts getting diluted.
Yeah.
The very first season, they make up his own backstory for this Green Arrow. He's fucking crashed
That's
on an
tight.
island,
Yeah.
learns how to fucking survive because somebody else who's trying to survive on the island.
Right.
So it's like it's cool, but
Did you hear that? Wave Game
What
Worldwide
kind of
Vinny's
wild
going
shit's
hard in
going
there.
on in there?
Well, let me jump on that Twitch stream. real quick.
But yeah, there's another character that I think they can do that would be great. Has nothing to do with anything else. Is Constantine, and it's
They did
very
Constantine,
similar.
yeah.
It's very similar to fucking John Wick's fucking Constantine.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. It's very similar to Keanu Reeves' Constantine, but the stories are nowhere near related, and they can do so many different.
That's
things
the whole
because
like
there's so many
heaven god type angel stuff, right?
Yeah, but he kills all of his shit is ghosts and demons. So
Dope,
it's
dope,
literally a horror movie that you can
Hell
make.
yeah, that's dope.
Have you guys heard of what is it called? Fucking Sandman by DC?
Oh, I was gonna say by Metallica.
No.
You mean Enter Sandman? No, I haven't.
I think that's what I really want to see from DC because it's basically about the God of Dreams.
Okay.
And his design is based off of Robert Smith
From The Cure.
from The Cure, so he looks like that
That
guy.
is tight,
And
which is
his-
based on Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
But still, it's still tight.
And then his sister is Death, and she's also gothy. But yeah, it's
Sleep
a good story.
is the cousin of death, but in this case, the sister.
Sister.
of
What
death.
the heck is that?
What is happening to them?
What is happening?
You went a few octaves up. There you go.
We're back.
Zima.
Back. I mean, anything else you guys have to add with the movie? I mean, there was that controversy before it came out.
What was it?
People are freaking out. It's like, oh, like
What the
It's gonna
government
it's
said?
gonna incite people to start doing mass
start
shootings
doing mass
again.
shootings. Yeah.
You know what's kind of crazy? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was in the theater watching it the first time, and maybe it's because I was on like really, really high. I was sitting in the movie and I was like watching towards the end, and I was just like, you know, like it's sad that we live in the world that there's gonna be some stupid ass people that they're not stupid, but like fucked up people in the head that's gonna see this and be like, yeah.
You know, I
And just
thought
shoot
this-
up the theater. And I was sitting in there just like, yo, I might get shot today. And I was just like, damn, dog. Like, I can't believe like we live in a world like that where I had a dead ass thought, high or not. I was sitting in
Bruh,
that
I
theater
thought-
saying like, I might get shot today though.
I
And I was just like thinking, like, if I get shot, I'm gonna just take it like a man, dog. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
I lightweight felt the same shit. I was like, this is
Word.
lightweight, our generation's Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, bro.
Like somebody,
And I
somebody
am
famous is gonna die.
No, that's
because
real.
of
I am
movie.
this generation's John Lennon. Someone will kill me because of
somebody
Catcher.
famous is gonna die, bro. Like,
Me, I'm telling you, I got y'all, man.
I got y'all.
Let me
make
take
y'all
one for the.
famous for
I'm
my
gonna
dad.
take one for the team. I'm gonna start a new club, the 29 and Sad Club.
But yeah,
Oh man, but no, I mean, I think all in all, we all loved the movie.
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I
fantastic.
loved it.
We suggest everyone go watch it.
Yes.
I also loved that he was the first Joker to be smoking. I always felt that was his.
Wait,
great
wasn't
aesthetic the
fucking
whole
wasn't
time.
fucking
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson with a cigar?
Was he smoking?
Yeah, didn't he
Oh,
had a
had
cigar?
but
Yeah.
it felt more gritty with a cigarette for some reason.
Yeah, because
more-
Jack
Joker
Nicholson.
felt
Jack
dirty.
Heath
Nicholson.
Ledger didn't have one. I felt
He
like
might- he might have had one too.
Yeah.
He
He's
had
just
a
not
cigar-
chronically.
He had a cigar that he lit up so that he could light the money on fire.
There's that.
That was all the only thing he used the cigar for.
Okay.
I'm gonna rewatch the Dark Knight series when I'm done
Yeah.
rewatching the Harry Potter series. I love it.
Yeah,
Harry Potter's the shit.
I got a couple copies downstairs. You could borrow one, bro.
Love it. Love it. Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, man, that was tight.
Yeah.
I love the great
Good
movie.
talk, boys.
Good
Great
talk,
movie.
fellas. What we got coming up? What y'all got coming up?
Well, we're working on, like I was saying earlier, Dav season.
Dav
coming
season.
out.
No matter what we pushing, we can put him out of way.
We're actually starting to work, or I'm starting to contemplate on what we're gonna do for Stakes is High.
Ooh,
that's
that's
right.
coming down the
We kinda
pipe.
came up with the concept. Now we just need to come up with the time and
Yeah.
shoot.
That's happening.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Awesome.
Will you
if
be
you
in the
wanna
first
come.
episode?
Yeah, I'd be on the
So
first
like
episode.
the concept of the first episode is like we're just gonna if you're gonna fucking do a show, might as well just like if you want the pilot to work, you got to go hard in the pilot.
Yeah.
So we
Or
might
are
not
we
go
gonna
this.
Go hard.
We might not go this hard in the future episodes, but to get niggas addicted, you got to give them a taste.
So
This first
I started.
episode's gonna be fun.
Have you guys seen the show on Netflix? I saw a few episodes called The Chef Show.
No.
Because I'm kind of imagining that show to be.
Okay,
kinda
what is
like
that concept? And we'll tell you what we came
Is
up
that
with.
that one-
It'll probably
is-
be completely opposite.
Okay.
Is that what's his name? Who's directing Mandalorian?
It's Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
Happy.
Jon Favreau. I
Yeah.
thought that was him. I just didn't
I
want to
love
say it 'cause
him.
I would thought
Have
it
you
was
guys seen the movie
I've
Chef?
seen the first episode.
I have not.
You said the
this
first
show.
episode, yeah.
And it was all right.
See they're talking and
What's
their
the
banter.
concept? What's the concept?
They're
It
all
just
cooking together.
they're cooking together because in the chef, movie The Chef, Jon Favreau is a chef in there, and his friend who's an actual chef had to show him how to like cook stuff. And in one scene, he had to cook this amazing grilled cheese sandwich, and he just showed him how to do that. So this show, it's kind of like that, but at the same time, it just seems like Jon Favreau hanging out with his friends, which. Like as an actor, as a celebrity, they're not the most interesting people, you know.
Yeah, no, we're
Like-
not doing that. The hangout happens after he finishes the steaks.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
here's the thing, James. Like, we'll have a little montage of James
Okay.
cooking the steaks, right? But really, the fun begins when he serves the food to his friends.
Okay.
So we're gonna
okay.
be.
We'll talk a little bit, of course. There'll be a little bit talking while I'm
We
cooking.
should Twitch. I was
It's not gonna
thinking
be-
that we should also Twitch live stream it
Okay.
because it will be also funny watching it kind of devolve. Because like what happens is, you ready?
We're not.
I'm ready,
No,
yeah.
I think we should keep it secret until we get there. We can tell him off air. But I think we shouldn't let everybody know.
But then
until
why
it
would they
happens.
click on it?
Okay. If you were to
Alright.
pitch it.
Okay, no,
to
okay. We won't
people-
give it. We won't. Okay, we won't give the entire secret sauce.
Okay.
But have you ever played the game when like you take a Lunesta and you start jerking off, and then you try to see if you could
This is the little
finish?
sauce you're gonna give him.
This is not exactly like the full thing, and then you try to jack off and try to come before things end.
Okay. No, I've never had Lunesta.
Okay, well,
What is
me
that?
neither.
You're gonna enjoy these steaks, boy.
It's gonna be some good steaks though. For
I
us.
swear to
okay.
God, I'm gonna pull out my A game for these steaks.
I don't know.
I might even make
No,
some
you know what we're gonna do?
potatoes.
We're gonna put like the fucking boop, the censor things on everything I just said, so that people are like, "What the fuck?" But what we will tell them, what kind of steaks will you be making?
I'm thinking making some tri-tips.
That sounds.
Damn,
really
that sounds-
Or
good.
not some tri-tips.
That sounds
What the fuck
expensive.
am I talking
What kind of
about?
budget do we have for
I'm
this
sorry,
goddamn
I'm
show?
gonna make a T-bone. I'm gonna make us T-bones. I don't know
okay.
why I said tri-tip. I'm making us T-bones.
This still sounds expensive. What kind of budget do we got for this?
Well, I'm gonna pay for them, so
I know, but like I don't want you to break the bank for to make us tri-tip steaks.
don't worry.
All right.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so what's the concept again? Are you gonna?
We'll have to
reveal
tell
it?
you off here. He doesn't want to reveal it.
Okay.
We're
But I
gonna
mean, the stakes is
cook
high with Xani Devito. So
gonna
obviously,
cook,
there's gonna be
talk,
drugs.
and do.
There's gonna be food,
Okay.
and then it's gonna be a talk show.
Yeah,
Okay.
while we're eating.
Sounds good.
It's kind of be like a really crazy version of what's the one where all the wrestlers get together?
Table for three.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a really crazy table for three, but I cook and some other shit's gonna happen.
The first episode
Okay.
is gonna be me and you, and eventually he's gonna have guests like Jay Harmony on it, other people. It's gonna, and it's not gonna be as like this first episode has to be hardcore, and of
'Cause
course
it's
it's
the
gonna
wave.
it's gonna be us. But the next episodes won't be hardcore. It'll just be James and Jay
Yeah.
Harmony, James and Thrill, James and whoever he wants to bring on. You know what I mean?
Sounds
Hell,
good, man.
one of you might even be so good that you'll just be like, sometimes there, every once in a while. Like,
Wow, I can't wait. I wish I could get that coveted spot of being there sometimes once in a while. God.
like, have you seen Bert Kreischer's? He has one on YouTube
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Something's Burning.
Yeah.
It's fucking
so
great.
funny.
Yeah.
So great. But
The
you guys are
episode
gonna
with
have to
Bill
cook
Burr
like that.
and Tom Segura.
Bill,
hilarious.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's
that's
so
honestly
good.
my favorite one. I love how Bill Burr produces the whole fucking thing.
I know, it's so
He puts
funny.
it on. It's great.
So good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fuck it. I might even make steak burgers or something.
I mean, I feel like you do have to change it up like each episode.
Oh, yeah, it's
yeah.
never going to be the
Different
same
each
time.
steak
Oh,
every
okay,
time you
okay.
pleb.
Because that's gonna be the beginning is gonna be me cooking. I'm just gonna tell you that what kind of steak I'm making. And then when I put it out in front of you, I'm gonna tell you what I actually made for you. And then
Okay.
we're gonna go into conversation, go into a little interview.
That sounds a little iffy, but all right.
Hey, man, we're the guests. Shut up.
You act like I'll ask for allergies before. We
Okay,
start.
okay.
Okay. If you have a peanut allergy, don't worry. I'm putting plenty in.
If you have a if you have a penis allergy, you're out of luck. Because it's going to be a room full of penises.
You're out of luck.
Both real and artificial. I got the 8-inch in the closet. You know what I'm saying? So there's that with James going on. What else you got going on? 'Cause overall, we got the Wave Gang album, of course. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, nothing much has happened with me other than just working on recording again, trying to put a band together, and just.
You really want to do the band thing.
I do, yeah.
Damn, man. That's tough.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like you're
Running a band is tough.
it's tough. And I don't want it to kill your momentum. Cause you
No,
have a lot
I
of
mean,
momentum.
I think most of the music recording is going to be me.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to then playing the show. Like, that's
Yeah, I can do that.
okay, man.
I mean, I feel like
believe in
it's. You got to find the right people. I feel like that's why it's always been hard to keep a band.
Because I thought we had a band for it for a while, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen either. So,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
the
You just
lead
got to find the
member of
right
my
people
band.
Was
who
there
has
anything-
enough time. So,
Word. Was there anything else you were delving into?
as far as what?
You told us that you made me take a full body shot of you today.
Oh,
Did you wanna
oh,
talk about
yeah,
that at
yeah.
all, or do you wanna
I mean,
leave
I
that
should
out?
talk about that. Yeah, basically, I'm pursuing acting. You know,
What?
I think that's where the money's at. You
Word,
know?
man.
And
Happy for
so
you,
far, I've heard back from one.
That's awesome.
They just need like a video from me and stuff like that. And hopefully it works out because it's gonna pay me a lot of money for a short time.
That would
Or
be
amount
sick.
of work, I mean.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yo, man, kick the door down and help me get in that.
Yeah,
motherfucker, bro.
dude. You guys can all.
No,
all
I
join
can't,
me.
dude. Look at me.
No,
I can't be an actor, man.
dude.
I have to get in through stand-up comedy, which I think I'm gonna do when I move to.
I mean, the acting thing I'm starting with are like. With the acting thing I'm starting with are like not. It's not gonna be so hard to get them. They
Yeah.
pay a lot. And they're mostly like commercial stuff or
Yeah, sure.
like short films and stuff like that.
Yo,
you know,
my
like-
drug dealer is also an actor.
My
Deadass.
favorite Molly dealer.
Ari Shafir thing. You know that's becoming like a big deal right now
What?
because like they're all like no like Ari Shafir drugging Bert Kreischer because like you know how there's so many podcasts between that group of friends.
Yeah.
It's been brought up so many times. Like you know how they're doing Sober October. Their wives have a podcast called So Over October, where it's just like they're talking about the other side of it. We're like fuck this month because of XYZ. They like fucking Christina P, which is Tom Segura's wife, and then fucking Leanne Kreischer came on and they were talking to each other. And Leanne is like, "Fuck Ari," like for real. Like I don't get like he's a bad person. Like you know what I mean? Like shit like that. And then in fucking Two Bears One Cave, do you listen to that podcast where it's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer?
Oh yes.
They called Dr. Drew and told him about it. And Dr. Drew was like, "You guys understand that I'm like a mandatory reporter, right? Like I have to report this. Like
Wow.
it's a big deal right now. Ari's in some shit." That's why you don't.
Which one's Ari?
Ari Shafir.
Why the
He's
the
like
guy
the
with
skinny
the-
Jew guy.
Why the fuck did
Okay.
he even brag about it?
Yeah, well, it's because fucking Bert was telling everybody. Because obviously,
Yeah.
you should just know, like, it was just like a misguided like prank.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I get it because like I'm always the guy that shits on the. And Bert is clearly the Matt Pinsker of the group. You know what I mean? Like he's the one that of the group that gets shit on. You know what I mean? He's like Beck. You know what I mean? Like we all make fun of that guy. I mean, I'm always the guy that's instigating that shit. So I understand, like, sometimes your jokes could just go too far. And I think Ari Shafir's joke just went so fucking far that it's like it's becoming a thing. But anyway, fuck
So
all
he
that.
drugged them with what?
With Molly. So Bert was going to do a podcast with Ari, and they were saying it's a pre-sober October podcast. So Ari's like, "Yo, we need to drink tonight since we're about to be sober for a month." So Bert's like, "Fuck yeah," because Bert's an alcoholic, right? So Ari's like, "I'll set the shots up," and while he's pouring the shots, he fucking puts a half point of Molly in, or a half G of Molly.
He put a lot in there. I remember that.
Yeah, in Bert, and Bert was rolling dick fuck. And the funny thing is, Bert, as he's freaking out, he doesn't know what to do. He starts calling everybody. Fucking Tom Segura's on stage, so he can't answer. Joe is hunting, so his phone's off. Right? He calls Coco, Joey Diaz, and Joey Diaz, "I'll be there in fucking 10 minutes." And he just, like, helps him through the role. I wish I could just call Coco, and he just rolls with me. Like, he's like, "All right, let me get a fucking tab." God.
Here, I'll trip with you. You want me to guess? I'll trip with you. Bro.
What were we talking about before this, though?
We're
closing.
talking about.
We were trying to end with the things
Yeah,
that's coming
what
up.
about you? What have you?
Oh, then we're
What
talking
are
about
you
your
up to?
acting
Oh
career.
yeah,
Yes,
acting
you're
career.
acting.
Yeah. So you're doing that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Dude, get in there.
Yeah. Well, what about you though?
So it's funny that like other than music and podcasting, James is trying to be a fucking cooking show guy, right?
Yeah.
What do you call that? A celeb chef?
Clever chef.
I want to be a rap chef
All right, Action Bronson, fat white dudes that rap.
and smoke.
Nick-
Like eats.
You're literally the up and up value,
I'm the West
great
Coast
value.
Action Bronson.
I was gonna say great value, but West Coast Action Bronson.
Wow, fuck you.
Hey man, I'm like the fucking great value fucking Rufio. Like, not a lot of cool guys to compare me to. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be an actor. I think when I move to LA, I think I'm gonna do the stand up thing.
You should, man.
think I
You
can.
should.
Fucking-
Yeah.
I think I can, man. So yeah, we'll see. Whatever. I don't know.
After you saw Joker. you're like-
No,
I'm
it's actually
kidding.
been something I've been thinking about a lot.
All
for the
right,
past
that's
3
awesome, man.
years.
That's awesome.
I've just been a pussy.
About it a lot.
I've just always been pussy about it.
Do you actually like write your jokes out
Yeah,
so
I
far?
think I have like in my head. I think I have like 45 seconds right now.
Okay,
of material.
So like
shit,
one good
man.
joke.
No, I think I have like a lot of. I think I have like a basic idea of where I want to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it all starts out with like I used to be depressed, but I'm not depressed anymore because Logic made it not cool. To be
Yeah,
depressed.
that one I like.
And
yeah.
then just go from there. You know what I mean?
I would say,
You guys depressed because it was cool, or
Yeah.
like, I fully support you.
Hell yeah,
And my advice would be, to try to do it in front of people.
for sure.
And I think where comedy is right now, as far as stand up, it's like small clips
Oh yeah,
on YouTube.
dog. I'm gonna like. I'm gonna approach it like it's music. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I think that's like the best way to do it. You know what I mean? And
Dude,
just, like,
I'm excited for you.
like just
man.
start a whole set with just like you ever wake up and you're just like fuck maybe tomorrow like I wanted to start with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just slowly devolve. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, I guess I'm just like really working on the Wave Gang album with y'all, man. I am planning to do some solo releases later. I do want to do 2255082 as my next full length, but I think I want to do like an EP of No Dancing at the Pity Party 2 kind of thing.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to name it something else, you know what I mean? But I want to do that style again, just for a few songs and see what's up. Yeah, we're going to play shows. We're going to have merch coming up, so
Yeah.
a lot of stuff coming up, man. Lots of stuff coming up. Oh, I'm going to fight.
things coming
Oh,
up
I'm going to
for
get
Wave
into a
Gang.
fight soon.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like it.
So there's no one trying to fight you.
No. This is definitely like an open invitation. So like,
Oh,
yo, if
okay.
you want to fight me, like let's set it up. You know what I mean? Let's
We got a
like.
parking lot right
okay.
here. I'll fight you.
No, man. Here's the thing: no one's gonna pay to watch you and me fight
Why not?
because they see us do it jokingly at every house party we do.
Yeah, but what if we really get into it? Oh, they're just
No one's gonna
like,
pay. They're
"Damn."
gonna be. They're
They're
gonna be like.
as concerned.
They're gonna be like They're gonna be like that's a family quarrel. I'm not getting involved. You know what I mean? Like, I need somebody from like 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 how Shaq and Dame Lillard rap battled each other, and that's something we should do next week. Is break down that rap beef, the back and forth diss songs. So that'll be funny. But like, I want it to be with like, instead of like collaborating with somebody, I just want to fight them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then like their crew throws money down for their guy, and then our crew throws down money on me. And then if I lose, then just like, I'll kill myself. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
You better
Let's
not
set this
lose
up.
then.
Let's set this
Well,
up.
well,
You better not lose. Then.
we'll
No,
do the whole
I'll-
like training montage. We'll put it
Dude,
up on
Dude,
YouTube.
Stylebender fucking inspired me like to fight, dude. I want to be like fucking like Style Warper. You know what I mean? Or
Style warper.
Style Curver. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a style left turn. That would be hard.
Style left turn.
So yeah, whoever listens to this podcast, if you're trying to fight, like hit up my people and we'll set up a fight. No gloves, none of that bullshit. And you can throw knees and elbows to the back of the head.
knuckles.
Yeah, no, like you know what UFC used to be? Like just make it happen.
knuckles.
And please wear a gi. Dumbass karate ass nigga, so I can use that against you, stupid. So yeah,
All right.
that's what I got going on. Where can they find you on IG, James?
They can find me at Xani_Devito.
Also, don't forget, like everyone watch the Nick Young video.
Yeah, you
watch
guys should
that
check
shit.
that out.
Oh, I have a
What's
video.
up?
I have a video coming out too, by the way.
Yeah, you do, you do.
The Swishman Side / LaCroix video from me and Chemo's album 80 Seagull is coming out soon. I don't know if that's gonna be the last. That was probably gonna be the last video from that album because Chemo's gonna be coming out with Free Game before the Wave Gang album comes out. So, yeah, everybody check that out. Thank you for all your work. Holographic Children,
problem, man.
Xani Devito, E-Fry Photography. Definitely follow him. He did a lot on that video. He does a lot on all of our videos at this point. At OK Camila, she edits all of our videos as well. Who else was involved with some of those videos? Oh, shouts out to the boys from Run Your Pockets for letting us use your studio for the video. That was much appreciated. We love you guys.
Shouts out to Golden Tee for letting us use their golf course to shoot Nick Young.
Word.
Off tops.
Definitely.
Appreciate you.
Our homies in Run Your Pockets is actually, they had a holographic session with us a few
Yes,
months
they
ago.
did.
They're on tour later this week, actually.
Sweet.
They left today, actually.
Oh,
Thursday.
where are they playing?
No,
They're-
no. They didn't leave today. I got to the house and Sean was there.
They're going to leave tonight, though.
They're leaving tonight if that's the case. Then.
They're going to play, they're doing LA, San Diego, and 3 dates in Mexico. So they're doing
Damn.
Tijuana, Ensenada, and another place
Did
in
this
Mexico.
as Run Your Pockets?
As Run Your Pockets.
shit.
And then after that, they're going to have Ron, who was the drummer of Cut Up, play drums for them live. So, yeah, man. Good luck to those guys. They're the shit. Their EP is out on Bandcamp, too, for free or to donate to a specific foundation. I forgot what it was. But it's super dope.
Sweet.
Dope.
Where
Well-
can they find you?
At Medium 37 Franc. That's with a C. That's like French money. You feel me?
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Instagram at the Holographic Children.
If you're trying to tag him in a story, just make sure you don't use the strong font because the N will kind of just go on its own.
The Holographic Children.
You sure you're not the holographic child?
Oh my God, they said that at the show. Like,
They
he told
did,
me.
yeah.
Yo, you should have fought that nigga, bro.
Why? Is that this?
Somebody call Tommy. I want to fight him. Let's set up this fight. Let's set up the fight. Hip hop versus fucking bitch ass folk music. Let's go. And his dog has to watch the whole time.
Oh my God.
Bro, I'm dead right now. I just seen a picture. They're comparing Joker to McLovin because of the outfits.
That's hilarious.
Anyways.
All right. Well, that's our
Well-
show for tonight. And
Thank
what
you
did
for
they say?
listening.
Yeah.
So
Goodbye.
long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together.
Out of the box.
Now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friend.
Goodbye
For now, until we meet again. Say goodbye for now, until we meet again. Wait, we already had an outro.
Well, let's do it
Zip.
anyways.
You know what to say at the On Repeat podcast.
Double outro this time around.
Zip it up and zip it out. He cuts off.